Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective. Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor. Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM, 97.3.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Yes, a bad city and door. Or in Toko, now, on Sisarata. Sing to
Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Say this. How much I want any that do ne my aresa binya mie abramitasi teme won share wonsa so me mo binya mie abramitasi teme won share wonsa Miramaba
Citi 97.3.
Yes. 6:32 on the 7th day of October, 97.3 Citi FM. Welcome to the Citi Breakfast Show with me, Bernard Kokuavle. Sisi Beidou with a beautiful worship medley, welcoming you to a brand new day on your favorite radio station, 97.3 Citi FM. Starting off with Business Sense and then the newspaper review segment. There's business, there's sports, a lot of things happening on the show today. Let's start with a quick thought on discipline. So yesterday I was watching some movie intro. Morgan Freeman had been sent to a high school in the US that was poorly performing. And he says there's no way we can deliver education in an atmosphere of indiscipline. And he made a statement, he said discipline does not stifle enthusiasm. Because a lot of times people feel like if you want people to be excited and enthusiastic, you must allow them to do what they want. He says discipline actually is the soul of an army. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable. It secures victory for the weak and esteem to all. Discipline is the soul. So without discipline, the army loses its soul. Discipline makes small numbers formidable. So a large army with no discipline cannot stand against a smaller army with great discipline. Because discipline is what secures victory for the weak and esteem to all. This is George Washington. But Morgan Freeman says discipline does not stifle enthusiasm, because we feel like even in football, right? We feel like we should just do agro football. Let's just dribble. Let's just tackle. Let's just be happy because we have the skills and the flair. There are countries like Germany with no real discernible football talent, but they have a lot of discipline, and that helps them to accomplish great victories. So what is true for football is also true for organizing society. You have to insist on discipline. Now, another definition of discipline I like is doing what is required and not what is convenient. We can all do what is convenient or what serves the interest of the moment. But a disciplined professional does what is required, what is demanded of them. So I think the missing link for this nation is discipline. The discipline of execution. We must not just dream big, we must also accomplish and execute with precision. Precision. So that's business sense for the morning. It's the soul of an army, it's the soul of a team, it's the soul of a country. We're going into the newspaper review segment. It's brought to us by Total Energies. It's Africa Customer Week, and we are celebrating our amazing customers from the 6th to the 10th of October. We're saying a big thank you with something special just for you. Drive to any of our participating Total Energy service stations, and you could be one of the lucky customers to receive free fuel plus branded goodies and surprise gifts to make your visit even more rewarding. Check out our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook, and X to discover more about this amazing customer week from Total Energies. And it's back, it's big, it's boom. It's Fidelity Bank Sika Boom.
Yeah,
Save 500 cedis or more and win up to 100,000 cedis in the grand draw. Every 500 cedi deposit gives you the chance to win 5,000 cedis monthly. Visit any Fidelity branch or our agent points, deposit in multiples of 500 and win big. Fidelity Bank is here for your journey, Sika Boom style. Let me tell you about the Northern Business Fair. So I'm wearing something new. You know the funny thing yesterday?
Charlie, I will hear you. No, this is
I'll tell you something funny. Yesterday you wore an orange top.
Yes.
And you wore an orange top.
Yes.
So apparently my designer had done the exact same thing for me.
Really?
Wow. And I got it in the afternoon.
Oh wow, I see.
Exact same thing.
I see, that's interesting.
Now I want to.
This one is
Yesterday I was wearing Fagroma.
Okay.
No, today I'm wearing Juma.
No, Fagroma is the cloth. No?
Those who make the fabric.
Yes, the fabric.
The batik.
Yes. Which was done by Juma. Yes.
My designer is based at, where is she based at?
Soweto. Charlie, this is looking beautiful.
No, this is lovely.
I want to carry her to the Northern Business
Come
Fair.
on.
Oh.
Because I think she needs to exhibit. And you see these things.
No, this is sweet.
It's very nice.
Oh, this is lovely.
We are announcing for
where yours get.
We are announcing for the second time.
Yeah, man.
The Northern Business Fair.
Yep.
Now I'm sure now you are not surprised that we are doing such things, right?
No, not at all.
It's the ultimate one-stop shop for everything made in Ghana. And we are inviting vendors and exhibitors and customers from Savannah,
That's bad.
Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West region.
Yes.
From hand-woven smocks, intricate crafts, modern manufacturing, innovative packaging of made in Ghana products, and thriving homegrown businesses.
Thank you.
A vibrant celebration of talent, innovation, and authenticity in Northern Ghana.
Yes.
Date Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th October. Venue Tamale Sports Stadium.
Yes, the big stadium.
Is between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Powerful.
If you want to exhibit, call 0205 973 973.
Yes.
Now, the Northern Business Fair is powered by Channel 1 TV and Citi FM.
Powerful.
Sponsored by EcoBank, Side Hustle, the Ghana Enterprises Agency,
Thank you.
and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
Beautiful.
Let's hear the announcement in the original language.
Yes.
Bernard, you can hear the Dagban letter. Going one and Zanla to business. Focus is on Chang Tamale. Kamale business. Or Kana Tamale Aliu Mahama Stadium. This is an showcase or production of Mala.
Did you hear that?
One panjala.
No.
One panjala.
When I was
Yes.
when I was very young in the Catholic Church.
You were a footballer.
No, we had a Dagbani group.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
We had a Dagbani group. So in that church, they had the tree, the ewe, and the Dagbani.
Thank you.
And Mr. Derry will be playing the xylophone.
Every so.
And they'll be singing.
No,
it was powerful.
you wear your smoke.
Yeah, man.
And the one smoke, you wear the smoke like 20 of them.
And you know the dance? You turn and use your you hold like some stick.
They don't know.
No, you hold like a small stick. So when you dance, then you
Yeah.
It's called the damba.
Yeah, it's very. We need to do a lot more of those intercultural.
It's a full novice celebration.
Beautiful. Yeah,
And we are summoning all the MPs.
It's very important.
From the 5 regions.
Let me mention, honorable Suhini.
To enter appearance.
It's very important.
Because we are doing roll call.
Yeah, man.
If you are not there, you are
You
in big
see.
trouble. From Zabzugu to Tatali, from Yendi to
Wale.
Yes.
from Wale to Mamprusi.
Yes.
All of you must be
You
there.
must enter appearance,
It's very
otherwise
important.
we'll hold it
It's
against
called
you.
the Nothing Business Fair. So this is Serif Agun.
Oh, one of the finest people from the north.
So, but you see the Dabani introduction
Charlie.
of the LPM. I beg play it again. Play the thing.
Well, young Panyele, yes.
Young
I will explain to you.
Play
later.
the thing again. Play the thing.
Can yell at Dagban letter. Going one and Zangla to business. Focus is on Chang Tamale. Kamale business. Or Kana Tamale Aliu Mahama Stadium. This is an showcase or production of Mala.
So he's saying that
Yes.
it will be happening at the Tamale
Ali Muhammad
Stadium.
Sports Stadium.
Come and showcase your product.
That's all. No, it will be.
Yeah, Charlie, the Ghanaian Times says this morning food
Yes.
prices are swinging in Accra markets. So we have yam and other matters here on the front
As
page.
it's swinging, going up or down.
Yeah, so I'll tell you more about it. Survey shows complex picture of scarcity, abundance, shifting consumer preferences. So it's a cornucopia of things. Also on the front page this morning, Vice President warns authorities against abuse of female students.
So Daily Guide says Woon to be granted 1 million Ghana City bail, faces court today. Jackpot compliant. SARS Damis storms CID with 100 lawyers. The other one, Nes caged for murder.
I take you to the Ghanaian Chronicle. The big story says, is Ghana's parliament broke? The photograph of the speaker is here on the front page. Speaker postpones commencement of third meeting of the first session indefinitely. Also, Jackpat's allegation against me is baseless. That's coming in from Godfrey Dame.
The Citizen, Galamsey Bruhaha, government pays no attention to advice. This is Paul Boateng, and NACOPS raises red flag over SHS placement woes, calls for decentralization solutions to end Nat Hall chaos.
I take you to the Daybreak newspaper. Dame dismisses Jackpat's complaints as sour grapes. Also on the front page this morning, Zoom Lion backs nationwide sanitation drive.
The Hawk newspaper, Naimos in the forest, yet Amabua says guns aren't the answer, and Gold Hunter rip up Bonsari rail line. Africa must go gas, Jenapo tells Energy Minister. And Ghana's pride as ASP Atuluk ends UN Global Honor with flawless parade.
The inside says Wuntumi's woes deepen, faces court today over Akonta mining. He's here on the front page. Also, the vice president is lauding teachers, and she's quoted here saying they are architects of possibility.
The Daily Post has Chairman Wuntumi's trial over Akunta mining to begin today. Stop the unprofessional conduct on social or or face disciplinary measures. Nurses and midwives are being warned. And Kofi Adams' support for Black Stars as they near qualification.
Beautiful. The New Republic says this morning, Galamsey Godfathers, investigative journalists, unpacks how politicians turn forests into craters and water into toxic solution. Also on the front page this morning, MPP's Galamsey star in court today. That's what they're claiming.
Economy Times cocoa price slump threatens Ghana's forex inflow expectations, but gold price boom can take up the slack. IMF confident in Ghana's economy post-program management as fifth review almost concluding.
Finally from me, the Catalyst says this morning, criticized by government, Mahama urges civil society to intensify scrutiny in fight against Galamsey. Also on the front page this morning, Jakpa's petition against Dame is credible. Lawyer Bracco Powers declares as former ages torn CID with 70 lawyers.
Have you done the BNFT already?
I don't
The
know.
paper says GSE doubles market value in 17 months. Surpasses 160 billion cedis at end September 2025. Also, MMT targets return to profitability. That's the transport company. And then rural bank CEOs are unhappy over directives on tenure limits. I'll give you details about this shortly. If you go to citynewsroom.com as well, Wuntumi's trial over illegal mining begins today. And then rivalry between MPs and DCs is hindering development. This is the Ashanti Regional Minister. Also, Eastern Regional Minister gives DCs 2 weeks to profile all miners and financiers. Chairman Sabusu says economic gains are impressive, but borrowing costs remain a concern. He was on a point of view yesterday. He also said religion and ethnicity not factors in MPP's 2024 defeat. Meanwhile, EC is going to hold nationwide by-elections on November 11 for vacant local seats. And there's good news here. Junior doctors suspend planned nationwide strike after government assurances. Meanwhile, yesterday you questioned this and government has made some move. 12 Galamseyers arrested for destroying Bonsaure rail line. We'll hear from the GRDA later this morning. Now, in Channel 1 News Online, KMA lays off 200 staff in restructuring to curb financial losses. Meanwhile, MPP must reflect, admit errors to regain public trust. This is Chairman Sabunsu. And meanwhile, a member of parliament has petitioned the speaker over Blackwest withdrawal of UNGA trip ticket. And MPP snaps PURC public hearing on utility tariff review.
Okay, so let's take off this morning because food prices are a major concern. In some parts of the country, we're told there's glut, but other parts we're told prices are not coming down, scarcity and all kinds of things. So the Ghanaian Chronicle has the story on page 12 of the newspaper. It's by Elizabeth Posu, Chelsea Lina Asante, Christabel D. Ankra, Sarah Makwache, and Hetty Brown. And they say this morning that food prices across major markets in Accra continue to fluctuate, with some staples recording steep price hikes while others are experiencing sharp declines. Now, the situation has left both traders and consumers struggling to adapt and plan for their daily, weekly, and monthly groceries. Now, the market survey by the Ghanaian Times at Bublushi, Kaneshi, and Anya markets between September 25 and 30, 2025 revealed a complex picture of scarcity, abundance, and shifting consumer preferences. Now, at Bublushi, one of the capital's busiest hubs, prices of essentials such as tomatoes, onions, yam, and imported rice have seen steep rises in recent weeks. Now, a box of tomatoes, which sold for 800 Ghana cedis in early August, now sells for between 1,200 Ghana cedis and 1,500 Ghana cedis, while a bag of onions imported from Niger has jumped from 900 Ghana cedis to over 1,300 Ghana cedis. Now, according to Miss Abigail Frempong, a tomato seller of 10 years, they were struggling due to lack of consistency in prices of the prices of tomatoes. There's a quote here, and if you read the story, further numbers are given as to how an ulunka of Gari, for instance, we used to sell at 35 Ghana cedis during the same period last year, now goes for 30 Ghana cedis, while a 5 kilogram bag of rice has dropped from 110 Ghana cedis to 90 Ghana cedis. So fluctuation, scarcity, and all
There's
kinds of
a
things.
texter who sent a message to me earlier. He says, I listened to your program last week where you discussed the influx of eggs in our market. My brother has a poultry farm and all the eggs are stuck at the farm. The middle women are now buying from the importers who are importing eggs from Ivory Coast. The current situation is really bad for poultry farmers who use proceeds from the egg sales to buy feed. We need to urgently discuss this as a nation, considering the soon to be launched Akukon Kitinkiti. We need your help, Bernard.
Yeah. So Jackman complains Sir Graves damage storm CID with 100 lawyers. Daily Guide, page 3. About 100 lawyers accompanied former Attorney General Godfrey Deboah Dame to the Criminal Investigation Department CID of the Ghana Police Service yesterday. In response to a petition filed by the Director of Operations at the National Security Secretariat, Richard Jakpa, alleging the former fabricated evidence in the ambulance trial. Now, a source very close to the ongoing investigation has told Daily Guide on condition of anonymity that Mr. Dame vehemently denied allegations that he fabricated evidence in the trial, describing the complaint as baseless, sour grapes, and desperate ploy to obstruct justice. Also, Wontumi granted 1 million Ghana cedi bail, faces court today. Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Entribu Osianko, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, has been granted a 1 million Ghana cedi bail with 2 sureties after appearing before the CID.
Let's do 2 stories on Galamsey. Western Regional Minister has praised the Takwa and Swahili Police Command for arresting 12 persons following a destruction of railway lines along the Achim Bonsare stretch of the Western Railway Corridor. Galamsey activities have severely damaged the section of the road of the rail line. The devastation follows years of deterioration and neglect of the railway infrastructure. The affected portions of the line was left vulnerable due to the suspension of manganese haulage from Nsuta to the Takrady Harbour for over a year. In the absence of active railway operations, Galamsey has encroached on the area in search of gold, further worsening the already dilapidated state of the rail. Now, the regional minister joined the tour, expressed surprise at the level of destruction, and demanded the immediate prosecution of the 12 arrested individuals, as well as sustained monitoring of the railway. So that's Galamsey 1. Galamsey 2. Eastern Regional Minister gives DCs 2 weeks to profile all miners and financiers. The Eastern Regional Minister, Rita Awate, has issued a 2-week ultimatum to all MMDCEs in the region to profile all miners and their financiers operating within their jurisdictions. This aims to identify legitimate miners operating in compliance with mining and environmental regulations and clamp down on those engaged in illegal mining activities, particularly on river bodies and forest reserves. Galamsey 3. Galamsey crisis worsening under Mahama despite claims of progress. Minority. This is Channel 1 News Online. Letitia Osei reports the Minority Caucus in Parliament has accused the president of failing to demonstrate genuine commitment in the fight against illegal mining, describing his approach as a series of public gimmicks rather than decisive action. In a statement yesterday, the ranking member on Lands, Natural Resources, Kwekwa Mprechum Sapong, the minority said the president's recent engagement with CSOs on Galamsey was merely to create an illusion of progress despite worsening environmental degradation. Speaking of Parliament, Speaking of Parliament,
yes. So if you go to the Chronicle,
of something.
yes. So the House was due to reopen later this week and this month. That will be next week.
Next week, yeah.
Yes, 14th or so, if my memory serves me correctly. But the Speaker has since issued a statement saying that we are deferring that indefinitely. The story is in the Chronicle, says by Jennifer Ambule. The story says the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, has announced that the commencement of the 3rd meeting of the first session of the 9th Parliament of the 4th Republic has been deferred indefinitely, citing quote-unquote circumstances beyond my control. However, sources have confirmed to the Chronicle that the real reason behind the indefinite postponement is that Parliament is broke. Now, it will be recalled that Parliament went on recess on Friday, August 1, 2025, after weeks of intense legislative business, which included the passage of several key bills, approval of agreements and debates on matters of national importance. Now, the House was expected to reconvene on Monday, October 6, 2025, for the 3rd meeting of the first session of Parliament. However, a statement issued and signed by the Speaker of Parliament on October 6, 2025, announced that the resumption had been deferred until further
Bernard, there's an interesting point on Galamsey here. Fuel stations and Galamsey fight, the missing link in Ghana's national security response.
Okay.
This is written by Major Dr. Ebenezer Kwache Echeman, retired. He says fuel suppliers are not just service providers, they are enablers of a growing national security threat. Yeah. Across the country, more than 5,000 excavators along with chamfan machines, water pumps, air compressors and power generators are used daily in illegal mining operations. These machines require a constant supply of fuel, oils and lubricants FOL to function, often running for a minimum of 8 hours a day. Many of the excavators are leased from mining contractors to owners, mostly foreign nationals, particularly Chinese and Indian actors, though increasingly Ghanaians are also involved. Regardless of ownership, the fuel that powers these machines is largely supplied through informal and unregulated means. So he's trying to say that if we are able to trace that part and deal with the fuel stations that are supplying them with the fuel, we will be able to fight the...
There's a story in the
some
BNFT front
extent.
page and on page 3 that I want to bring to you. Rural bank CEOs are unhappy over directives on tenure limits.
Why?
And the president of the Rural Bank CEOs Association, who is also the CEO of the Besfa Rural Bank in Garu, in the Upper East region, Alaji Hayatuddin Audu Ibrahim, is unhappy about a provision in the corporate governance directive from the rural and community banks and has signaled the association's readiness to go to court to resolve the matter. Speaking at the 24th annual CEOs conference held in Atlantic Serene in Takrady, Alhaji Audu Ibrahim described paragraph 78 of the directive as unconstitutional and detrimental to the rural bank sector. And he says that basically the paragraph came into effect on April 1, 2022, mandates that CEOs who have served 8 years or more with their rural banks prior to the implementation date may only serve one additional 4-year term. But Mr. Ibrahim argued that the provision is retroactive and violates Article 107B of the Constitution, which prohibits retrospective legislation that adversely affects rights. And then he gives some other details. Meanwhile, at that event, we were told that rural banks are recording unprecedented 117% profit growth. The same paper reports that in a resounding testament of resilience and innovation, rural and community banks have posted remarkable financial results from the first half of 2025, signaling a new era of growth and digital empowerment. So they are serving a need in the rural communities.
That's good to know. 2 quick stories I want to draw to your attention, Bernard. If you go to the Daybreak newspaper, there's a story there that says MPP declines PURC invitation to public hearing on proposed utility tariff increases. The story quickly says that the New Patriotic Party has announced that it will not attend a public hearing organized by the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission on proposals to increase utility tariffs for the 2025-2029 period. In a statement signed by the General Secretary of the party, Justin Frimpong Kodia, and issued on October 6th, the MPP explained that it had received an invitation from the PURC to participate in the blah blah blah. According to the statement, it goes on to talk about plenty things. However, the MPP said it sees no justification for attending such a meeting, describing any said discussions on possible tariff increases as unwarranted and insensitive, given the current economic hardship faced by Ghanaians. Well, they are part of the reason we are facing, the economic hardship, so they should stop complaining. If you go to the Chronicle, there's a story there by Richard Usuachao. It says that Food and Beverages Association of Ghana has taken a bold stance in urging President John Dramani Mahama and the National Democratic Congress administration to begin the much anticipated reset agenda by tackling the long-standing inefficiencies at the Electricity Company of Ghana and the Ghana Water Company Limited.
So they were saying that they didn't agree with the proposed tariff increases and that it will affect their businesses adversely. John Awuni spoke on that yesterday.
But 2 quick ones from me. Stop the unprofessional conduct on social media or face disciplinary measures. That is the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Ghana warning trainee nurses and midwives and professionals alike to stop unprofessional conduct they have been displaying on social media. Now, according to the council, failure to comply with this directive will lead to the application of appropriate sanctions. So no individual or group is permitted to provide public education or professional guidance under the guise of the council without prior approval
providing
or accreditation.
all kinds of diagnosis.
People especially TikTok.
I don't know. It's like they are so... People have become enamored listening to themselves and watching themselves. Put a camera in front of you. A fully trained professional.
Misbehaving.
Giving diagnosis. I mean, it's just terrible. I think the Medical and Dental Council must clamp on these guys.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, junior doctors have suspended their planned nationwide
good
strike.
one.
Okay, have they paid them?
There's an announcement tomorrow.
Oh,
or something.
beautiful. The health minister is working.
In
I
a
love
statement
that.
signed by President Dr. Louisa Ifeanyi Nkrumah and General Secretary Dr. Rhoda Wunam Amadu, the association said more than 200 junior doctors had worked for between 10 and 40 months without pay.
Powerful.
But their planned protest against months of salary delay, stalled postings, and persistent unfair treatment has been suspended because after the engagement with the ministry, there was an assurance that payment would be made. The minister is supposed to hold a press conference tomorrow to give details of the payment.
Bernard, while NIMO says it doesn't have all the money in its war chest to fight Galamsey, EPA says it will need $200 to pilot the nano liquid solution to cleanse poison. 200,000 United States dollars.
They can't be zero.
They will decemicalize the
$200 million.
Yes, please.
200,000.
Yeah, $200,000.
Still.
Stop the galamsey. They are the people that all these countries.
200,000 to do what?
Yeah,
They
to
say they want to
chemicalize.
chemicalize.
That
That's
one is
pilot
even
phase.
pilot.
So they should stop the galamsey first.
Yes.
Then when they stop it first,
Yeah,
we
we can think
consider
about
that.
yes, yes.
But when galamsey is going on, you
can't
don't give them any money.
No.
No, not at all.
Sikaboom. Fidelity Bank say save and win. Muntio. Sikaboom. Just to post it and begin. Sikaboom. Every 500 CDs you keep for a month, you get 1 point all at once. More deposits gets more points in. More points, more cash you feel win. How many points? 1 point every 500 CDs. What if you win? 5,000 CDs monthly. And the grand prize? Hey, 100,000 Ghana CDs.
Don't wait. Visit any Fidelity branch or agent nationwide to deposit in multiples of 500 CDs. The more you deposit, the better your chances to win 5,000 CDs monthly and 100,000 CDs in the grand draw. Terms and conditions apply. Win with us. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Sikaboom.
This is an NLA approved promo, now running on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. What time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
7 o'clock, City Business News. Nashi Kasisa with the details. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Valex Lease and Equip Limited and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, Governor of Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, to meet CEOs of commercial banks later today. Also coming up, private sector pensions edge up as jobs vacancies decline. And later, Chamber of Agribusiness urged government to adopt AI in agricultural extension services. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. Private sector contributions to the Social Security and National Insurance Trust rose slightly by 2% to about 1.0 million in May 2025 compared to 1.04 million during the same period last year. According to the Bank of Ghana's July 2025 Monetary Policy Report, the figure remained broadly stable month on month relative to 1.07 million contributors in April. This report has details.
Per the report, more Ghanaians working in the private sector are contributing to the National Pension Scheme even as the number of advertised job openings dip. But on the flip side, the demand for new workers appears to be slowing. Job adverts in newspapers and online platforms fell by around 16% year-on-year to around 2,500 in June 2025 from 3,000 a year earlier. Vacancies also dropped 18% month-on-month from 3,100 in May. Despite the dip, cumulative job adverts for the first half of 2025 increased 8% to about 18,600, reflecting ongoing hiring in some sectors. The report also showed signs of resilience in the broader economy. The Composite Index of Economic Activity, a key measure of growth, expanded by 4% in May, up from 3% a year earlier, driven by stronger trade, construction and consumer spending. The central bank says keeping this momentum will depend on sustained business confidence, sound policies and more job creation across key sectors.
That was Neteli Neti Ajahu with that report. Now, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, will meet chief executives of commercial banks in Accra this morning to discuss developments in Ghana's banking and monetary landscape. The meeting comes weeks after the BOG's recent MPC decision to cut the policy rate by 350 basis points to 21.5%, citing easing inflation and improved macroeconomic stability. Although the full agenda has not been disclosed, Citi Business News sources say discussions are expected to focus on lending rate adjustment, foreign exchange market operations, and liquidity management. Analysts anticipate the BOG will urge banks to reduce lending rates in line with the policy rate cut to lower borrowing costs for businesses and consumers. The session may also address concerns over forex auctions and access to foreign exchange for importers and investors. Away from that, the Bank of Ghana BOG advances plans to introduce Islamic banking in the country. Stakeholders in the financial sector are presenting key proposals to help ensure its success. In this report, I explore the potential benefits and challenges of Islamic banking, highlighting strategies to overcome them. The Bank of Ghana is taking steps to establish Islamic banking as part of efforts to enhance financial inclusion, attract investment, and diversify Ghana's financial system. The initiative seeks to cater to religiously and ethnically conscious segments of the population, mobilize capital for infrastructural development through instruments such as sukuk bonds, and promote sustainable risk-sharing financial products that differ from conventional interest-based banking. Islamic banking offers a values-driven, non-interest-based model that could bring many Ghanaians, particularly the estimated 30 to 40% who remain unbanked or avoid interest-based systems for religious reasons, into the formal financial sector. Banking consultant Dr. Richmond Ichiahine has outlined comprehensive policy recommendations to guide authorities in the effective implementation of the system.
We need to be amending or enacting a new law, bring all these banks under a regulation. That is a legal and constitutional issue. In Ghana here, the Christians are larger or bigger than the Muslims, so it will require a lot of education to diffuse the religious and ethnicity about how the banking should be done. So if you want to go into Islamic banking, you need to have skills, competences, and people who do understand. There is a need for people to understand the Sharia-related issues on this. It's not just, sorry to say, it's not just us who have a degree or a professional in it, but you need to be part of, understand these things that we are talking about.
Dr. Ichiahine also called on the Bank of Ghana to review and strengthen its regulatory framework to ensure the smooth and successful rollout of Islamic banking in Ghana.
And the next one that is going to face a challenge is Bank of Ghana itself, its regulatory framework. I mean, they need to update it. They need to change the methodology. They need to either take a civil, another department which will be responsible for ensuring the regulation and supervision of the Islamic banking. There are quite a number of issues that needs to be addressed. Other than that, you go for it and you come back.
That was banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etiahine ending that report I filed. Meanwhile, some commercial banks say they have begun preparatory work towards rolling out Islamic banking product to serve a broader segment of the market. In an interview with Citi Business News, the executive head of retail banking at GCB Bank, Sina Kamagati, explained that the move forms part of efforts to deepen financial inclusion, but added that the bank is currently engaging the necessary stakeholders.
We have an Islamic banking unit, and the Bank of Ghana engaged the chief imam and his elders to sell to them the idea of bringing Islamic banking. Indeed, if you check Act 930, faith-based banking is one of the permissible activities of bank. So as GCB, I mean, we are the premier bank in Ghana. We have set up the Islamic banking unit to start preparatory work towards the establishment of a fully blown Islamic banking unit of the bank.
That was the executive head of retail banking at GCB Bank, Sina Kamagati, speaking there. Now, some players in Ghana's agricultural sector are advocating for the widespread adoption of artificial intelligence AI to enhance productivity and efficiency. They noted that although a large number of farmers are advanced in age, introducing them to technology and training them to use AI-driven agricultural extension services would be a step in the right direction. The Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, Anthony Morrison, urged the government to prioritize the integration of AI into the delivery of agricultural extension services.
These over-age populated farmers are also synonymous with their inability to read and write and adopt new technologies. If addressed as a country, will help the country to begin to adopt pragmatic measures in terms of things that are happening on the global level, adoption of technology, intensification of mechanization, tractorization, AI, robotics, machine learning, Internet of Things, to advance what we are talking about in terms of the agriculture extension service. These are very key because the phenomenon in which these new sectors are being integrated into the agriculture sector, we cannot be left behind. We need to be deliberate about adoption of technology into our agriculture sector.
Anthony Morrison is CEO of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana. Let's now take you to the interbank market, and the dollar is selling for 12 cedis 55 pesos, while the British pound is going for 16 cedis 92 pesos, and the euro is going for 14 cedis 74 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Valex Lease Equip Limited, and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do you have a great business day?
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds, "Hello, Kwame." You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Hey, Ruben. Every
2 seconds notification. The Momo keeps on coming. It keeps on coming, eh?
Ma, I am the community Momo man now. People send money, and with the Momo app, every payment is done. My transactions are flying.
Hey, Adeng.
Ah, ma, you didn't know, eh?
Over 2 million Ghana cedis is up for grabs in the Stillman Saka promo. Transact more than 100 Ghana cedis with your Momo app, and you could win daily, weekly, and monthly cash prizes, and 100,000 Ghana cedis grand prize. And it's not just payments and money transfers. Bank to wallet transactions, savings, loans, investments, pensions, POS transactions, and Momo transactions from other partner platforms qualify. This promo runs in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Only God can save me. How do I look away when these fine girls want me? Life is for living.
Well, it's amazing how the world is ever changing and evolving. Today is AI, tomorrow who knows what the big thing is going to be. The good thing is, the world is evolving. EcoBank has always evolved as well. In fact, we've been pioneering a range of digital-first banking solutions designed for the way we live today. From the mobile app EcoBank Pay Express points across the country, EcoBank is right where you are. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. Attention officers, schools and print apps. Why buy a photocopier when you can lease and print unlimited? We're introducing Valex Lease Equip Limited, Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing services. With just 983 Ghana cedis a month, you can lease a reliable multifunctional photocopier, print unlimited, yes, unlimited with paper, free paper as well. Free toners, free cartridges, free repairs, free maintenance, nationwide coverage all across the regions. So stop spending big on machines, paper, repairs and maintenance. Switch to Valex Lease. Keep your cash for what matters. ValexLease.com is where to visit. 0244 644048. Customized payment options and packages are available. Valex Lease affordable document management solutions. Hello, boss lady. Yeah, I'm talking to you, the go-getter, the planner, the do-it-all woman who's building your business one bold step at a time. See, MTN sees you. MTN is showing you every step of the way. That's why we've created Ejumapa just for you. MTN Ejumapa is more than a bundle. It's a business bestie. Special data, call bundles, stay connected to your customers, suppliers, and everything that keeps your business and hustle growing. And we have an insurance package as well to protect the business you've worked so hard to build. So it's time to level up. Dial star 5060 hash. Grab your Jumapa bundle. Let's get to work on your success story together. MTN Jumapa, powering women in business. Gabby Affair is here. Yeah. With every, complimentary accoutrement. With kickoff powered by Leshell and Shell. Leshell Ghana is 15 years old. Hooray! For 15 years, you, our cherished customers, have trusted us to improve lives across Ghana. As we celebrate this milestone, we say a heartfelt thank you for your loyalty and support. This anniversary is not just about us, it's about you, our customers, our partners, and our communities who have made this journey possible. Together, we look forward to the future with confidence, knowing that with Leshell, lives will improve. Visit any Leshell branch or simply call or WhatsApp now on 02700 40799 for all your financial solutions. Leshell Ghana. 15 years of improving lives and still counting. Kickoff is also brought to you by Shell V Power. If you want your vehicle or engine to feel confident, protected and ready to perform,
Talk to Shell V-Power with Dynaflex technology specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. We've got you covered. We take off the performance robbing deposits so your engine performs at its best. Fuel up with Shell V-Power at Shell service station near you. And fuel performance, fuel confidence, fuel protection over and over again. Feel unbeatable because the best choice feels just right. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell go well. Gabi Ofe, kickoff.
Right, Tuesday morning, welcome aboard to kick off on 97.3 Citi FM, coming up in the next 10 minutes. So get to build up to the penultimate games coming up in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers in Africa. Plus, we hear from Ghana's under-17 head coach after sealing qualification to the U17 AFCON in Morocco next year. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Shell, Go Well, Zonda GH, Polyton Ghana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. Right, I'm Gabi Ofe. Let's start off with this. And Ghana could be among the countries to benefit from FIFA's latest initiative to establish new football academies across Africa. Now, FIFA President Gianni Infantino revealed this at the 47th CAF Ordinary Assembly held in Kinshasa, Congo, where he outlined plans to build academies aimed at nurturing young talent and helping African countries to compete with Europe's elite, especially during major international tournaments.
About the FIFA academies, we want to open 100 FIFA academies around the world until 2027, and of course 20 or 30 of these academies have to be in Africa. FIFA academies to detect the talents and to raise them and bring them to the world stage. Or about the development programs, the FIFA Forward program, where we invested in the last 9 years, 10 years, over 1.2 billion US dollars in Africa only. And we can see now the results of all these investments. Or I could talk to you about and congratulate many of you about your recent appointment in FIFA committees. We have now an unprecedented number of 130 African delegates in FIFA committees. Congratulations.
All right, so that's FIFA President Gianni Infantino speaking right there. Well, speaking of Africa, we have 11 games from the World Cup qualifiers kicking off later tomorrow, March Day 9. Eswatini take on Angola at 1 p.m. Ethiopia will play Guinea-Bissau. Libya take on Cape Verde. Mauritius up against Cameroon. Central African Republic will take on the Black Stars of Ghana and Morocco. Chad up against Mali. There's Comoros also taking on Madagascar. Djibouti will play Egypt. Niger up against Congo, and Tanzania will take on Zambia later tomorrow. Well, let's head to South Africa because their head coach Hugo Broos says his team must win both of their remaining matches to keep their World Cup qualification hopes alive after being docked 3 points for fielding an unqualified player earlier in the campaign.
I don't have to tell you that maybe the next games are historical. Everybody knows that it's 24 years ago that South Africa could qualify for World Cup. So our situation is a little bit changed because of the deduction of 3 points, but that's the only change. Even with 3 points ahead, we had to win our 2 last games to be mathematically sure to be qualified. So that is not a change for us. And certainly look at the next games. There are 4 teams involved. It's impossible that 4 teams can win their 2 matches. This is impossible. So therefore the game of Friday is maybe the most important.
All right, so that's South Africa's Hugo Broos speaking there. South Africa will take on Zimbabwe and Rwanda in the last 2 games of the qualification round. They take on Zimbabwe later on Friday. Well, for the Black Stars of Ghana, defender Alidu Sadian winger Abdul Fattah Isaku trained with the team for the first time since November last year following their recovery from long-term injuries. The 2 players were involved in the second training session of the team following the opening of camp on Sunday. Both Ali Dwani Shaku, having played for Ghana since the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Angola in Luanda. Staying with the Black Stars, and Kotoko's head coach Abdul Karim Zito has dismissed claims that attacker Albertomo was unfairly unlooked for the Black Stars in Otuado's latest 24-month squad for the 2 games against the Central African Republic and Comoros.
We are disappointed. You can't be disappointed on what you don't have the opportunity. He's playing, and you all are seeing it. And you can also talk for him, because it's not about the name Albert, it's about what he does on the field of play. And if you feel he deserves to go to the national team, please start campaigning for him to go. It's not about, I'm not a coach. He knows what he wanted and how he wanted. I can't say because he's playing Kotoko, he's playing good, definitely he should go to Blaster. The coach too has to. The other time he came to watch a player, unfortunately that player got injured. So I think he's also seeing it. You know, if you feel he needs his, I'll be very happy for him to go.
All right, so that's Abdul Karim Zito. He's the head coach for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Well, the Black Stars will depart Casablanca for Meknes later today ahead of tomorrow's game against the Central African Republic. The team has been based in Casablanca since Sunday, preparing for the match. 20 players took part in training session at the Mohammed Defeat Sports Complex in Casablanca. Well, let's talk about Ghana's under-17 team. That's the Black Starlets, and they'll feature next year's U17 AFCON in Morocco after finishing second at the Wafu Beat Championship, losing to Cote d'Ivoire in the final on penalties. Head coach Prosper Natelgum, who guided the team to qualification after several failed attempts in previous years, says he's delighted to have finally broken the jinx.
I'm excited. Everybody is also excited. The technical staff, the players. I'm excited because if you look at since 2017, we've not been there. So having the opportunity to be able to achieve this feat, I mean, it's a joyous one for me, for the backroom staff, and for everybody. So we are excited that once again Ghana is going to be on the continental stage. And then from there, if we are able to qualify, we go to the global stage. So we are all excited. We are all poised. I mean, the motivation is very high. 14 teams are going to meet in Morocco somewhere in April next year. And then 9 teams are going to qualify automatically to the World Cup. Yeah. The 10th team will now play a playoff. And then if he's able to win, we'll also qualify.
All right, so that's the head coach for Ghana's under-17 team, Prosper Natelgum, speaking there. Let's take you to Europe, and Mohamed Kudus has shared his thoughts on life at Tottenham Hotspur after netting his first goal for the club in their 2-1 victory over Leeds United at Bramall Lane. Now, the Ghanaian midfielder has now recorded 4 assists and 1 goal under manager Thomas Frank this season.
I would say we are in the right direction, but I still think that we have a lot more to give and push. You know, I think some of the games we drew in the past games, we all can do better and perform better to win those games, you know. But there's more games coming up, so we can only look ahead. But yeah, it's been a pleasure working under Thomas, you know, very, very demanding.
All right, so that's Ghana's Mohamed Kudus speaking there. He played for Tottenham Hotspur. And speaking of Spurs, they are not for sale after a third prospective bidder confirmed they will not make an offer for the club. On Monday evening, Brooklyn Eric confirmed to London Stock Exchange that he does not intend to bid for Spurs. Yes, Sky Sports' Kavi Soliko with more.
Well, I can tell you that Tottenham Hotspur are not for sale. They never have been for sale. There have been really important developments in the last few minutes because 2 of the consortiums who expressed an interest in buying Tottenham have come out and said we are not intending to make a bid.
All right, so that's Sky Sports' Kavi Soliko speaking there. Well, before I leave, Manchester City defender Nico O'Reilly has received his first call-up to the England squad following the withdrawal of Reece James. The right back suffered, that's Reece James, he suffered an injury when playing for Chelsea in their Premier League win against Liverpool on Saturday. That's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com, and on X, you can find us at City Sports JHA. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Zonda GH, Shell Go World, Polytangana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I'm Gabi Ofa. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care, and bye-bye.
Let's go.
services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance-robbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at the Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
You can't tell what your baby will become or what his interests will be. But you can help her get a strong start with good nutrition. Yum Vita, made with the goodness of milk, plus Nutri-V, is a delicious, nutrient-rich cereal for your baby. Oh yeah, older ones love it too. Give your baby good nutrition for a strong start. Yum Vita is available in other yummy variants. Yum Vita, a delicious way to grow. This advert is FDA approved.
Jiggy jiggy be the bang. Ash for jiggy jiggy be strong. Ash for jiggy jiggy be sweet. Ash for make you lie down cool. Ash for jiggy jiggy. Ash for make you lie down cool. Ash for heavy heavy. Ash for make you lie down cool. Ash for jiggy jiggy. Ash for make you lie down cool. Ash for come on bounce it. International Ash for Shama. I meet some girl for Pate last week. Fine face with the backside tape. I hear like giddy giddy many man, she bounce like two. German on the night, I mean, she go tell my boo. See back up what a man can do. Give her the whole world, the woman April fool. When NJ do mattress, my pillow sent body. Ash for me where the girl pass through. She did spring on my bed, wow, low. Jiggy it's no 8, 10 inch, no. You know the same, flexibility, yes, answer your mono. Durability be what? Comfort be supreme, make you lie down, cool. Ash for jiggy jiggy. Ash for make you lie down, cool. Ash for affordability be like ability. Ash for Ash foam, jiggy jiggy mattress. You won't feel it, know it.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. There's that one man in your neighborhood, drives the same car for 10 years, dresses simple, never shows off. People think he's just managing, but behind the scenes, his money is working. Investments growing, properties appreciating, and savings compounding. That's real wealth. Unassuming but secure. Petra helps you build that kind of wealth. Smart and steady. So let's do life together. Dial *447 *70# to speak to a financial advisor today. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Allez, allez, we shout hooray. Disneyland
to Indomie Ghana. Type it in. That's how easy it is to win. Flat screen TVs, PS5 also. So many prizes just waiting for you. Get all 9 comics, don't delay. You could go to Paris, Italy. Indomie noodles will make your day.
We always say the future of our daughters mean everything to us, and we'll do all we can for them. Now's the time to do that. Let's protect our daughters from cervical cancer, a preventable disease. From the 7th to 11th October, girls aged 9 to 14 can get safe and free vaccine in schools, health facilities, and designated vaccination points. Get your daughter vaccinated today to protect her future. A healthy future for our girls starts with us, united against cervical cancer. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service and partners.
Whether you're buying watcher from your favorite spots in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
That's it, Jamina. 7:37. Happy birthday to our lovely twins, Odefo Efriye Atuga Owusu and Sahini Efriye Atuga Owusu. You turn 2 today. With love from mom and dad, Foster Owusu and Mrs. Francisco Owusu. May you grow to be a blessing and an inspiration to your generation. Atuga and Sahini. Efriye and Sahini rather. Happy birthday to my lovely wife, Olive Kisinyami of EcoBank Ghana. You are the light in my world, the peace in my heart, and the joy in my everyday. May your life be filled with the same love and happiness you bring into mine. With all my love, Nana Yao Kisinyami, Republic Bank. To Olive Kisinyami, EcoBank. Hey, Charlie, Republic EcoBank connection. Happy birthday to Abdul Mumin Idrisu of Uduma Solutions Limited. Life truly begins at 40. May this new year of life bring you success, good health, and endless blessing. Cheers to many more amazing moments together. Happy birthday to Madame Rose Opong Bedu of Terrazzo House Pig Farm and Bethel Methodist Church, Mamobi, Accra. You turn 74 today. We pray for strength, happiness, and joy for you. And this is a special one coming from the Baumia team to His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, or Mahamadou Baumia, the Vice President, or former Vice President, I should say. Happy birthday to you. A request coming from multiple angles. And also wishing Rebecca Apo, a retired midwife of Standard Board Estates, Sakumono, a happy 75th. Mommy, may God grant you good health for the years. With love and cherish you from William, your son-in-law, J. Jom, your daughter, and your grandchildren Sika, Nana, and Ohima. To Madame Rebecca Apo. Don't just send the message, spend using MasterCard. Let's talk about convenience. Let's talk about safety. Let's talk about making things easy and simple. You can shop locally or internationally with just a tap or a scan or inserting your card. Leave cash in the past, go to your bank and switch to MasterCard today to be on your way to something truly priceless. All the birthday requests are brought to you by MasterCard. Yumvita infant cereal with milk is making feeding time for babies 6 months and above easy. With 3 delicious flavors, rice, wheat and maize, and wheat, baby gets a variety of cereals. Yumvita infant cereal is enriched with Nutri-V, which contains 16 essential vitamins and minerals, including zinc, iron, and calcium. Add only previously boiled water, stir, and experience the joy of feeding baby. Yumvita, good nutrition for a strong start. This advert is FDA approved. Stanbic Bank rates have dropped, and this is the time. Take those bold steps to fund your dream with a Stanbic personal, vehicle, consumer finance, solar, home, or credit card. Unstoppable with Stanbic Bank. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh to get started. Afro Arab Properties, best known for building affordable, accessible, and quality homes in Ghana, rewarding our clients with 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes in prime locations like Manette, Spintex, East Legon Hills, Santor, Ashali-Botwe, Tema Community 25, Oningo, Amasaman, Apollonia, Maijo, and other areas. We also have a facility for you to own your very brand new electric car. Don't miss out on this big opportunity. Call Afro Arab on 055-175-3231. 055-175-3231. Visit afroarabproperties.com for more information. We'll give you a quick update on the rail situation from the Western region. 12 people arrested by the police in that area, the Insuta area, for mining illegally and damaging the rail line. The Ghana Railway Development Authority CEO has been speaking to us on Citi FM. We'll bring you some highlights of that interview shortly. A couple of comments from the central region. Complaints about lack of access to water. Question: when was the last time you had pipe-borne water at home? When was the last time you had pipe-borne water at home? It looks like the central region is experiencing some levels of water shortage from the Goma areas all through to Winneba. We'll bring some updates on that shortly. But at Access Bank, rewarding our customers is at the heart of what we do. That's why we've introduced Rewards by Access, a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. So whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expense, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide. So whether you're a frequent flyer, regular shopper, or managing daily family, personal, or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more for your everyday spend. Call 0800 004400 for more details.
Yes, so let me do this one, Bernard, if I may. Happy birthday to Abigail Atabochwe of the University of Ghana Medical School. May you live long to fulfill all your dreams and aspirations in good health and prosperity. It's coming in from your father, Professor Edward Atabochwe, and your siblings. And then also, Bernard, let me celebrate a long-time friend of mine and a man who inspired me in many ways when I was struggling with law at the University of Buckingham. I'm talking about Papa Dankwa. He used to be with the Unicov, and then also later, Unicov, you know.
Unicov experience.
You know, he was a man behind Kofi Davo those days.
You should give pro bono legal service to Unicov.
I know, right?
For the role they played in your career. Unicov.
I know, right?
Union of Industrial and Commercial Workers in Finance.
Yes, Industry, Commerce and Finance Workers. Union of Industry.
Are they still there?
They did, Bocho.
Where is Kofi Davo?
Kofi Davo now, he does consultancy. You know,
Kofi Davo,
Ostingame, all these
labor people,
Steve Poggi, and
so you benefited from Unicov.
Allah,
2 ways.
Charlie,
when you were struggling with law, he was helping you.
Yeah. So you know, Papa is now with the ILO.
Okay. Geneva.
Yes, that's right. I mean, it's you know, and what's good about it is that he's doing a major case currently before the ICJ, which is the International Court of Justice, and he's the lead advocate for workers in this particular matter. So it has to do with a team of lawyers who are, you know, arguing before the ICJ that the right of workers and their organizations to go on strike is protected as part of the principle of freedom of association and the ILO's Treaty of Freedom of Association, known as Convention 87. And this is a particularly important case for labor unions and then, of course, labor rights globally. And it's one of the provisions in our constitution that we seek to manifest in many ways. So if it is accepted at that level, it would have rippling effects globally. So to have a Ghanaian trained here in Ghana, who worked for many years in the labor industry, worked with you know, the TUC, and subsequently went global to be leading this advocacy, I think it is one of the brightest points you can ever have in legal.
So what's the name again?
Papa Dankwa.
Wonderful.
Papa Dankwa. I celebrate you for all that you... Look, Bernard, I can tell you for free that he was the last person that I called before my final exam.
When the law was not law.
Charlie, the back was in Citi. So I did a mock test. And Charlie, I don't see the team. We are called Papa say Charlie.
What they go on?
They go for disgrace. This was like a week to the exam.
He gave you the solution.
Charlie, Papa said, my brother, I've never known you to be someone who gives up. So come on, this is the plan. Go and do the thing, and Charlie, and I'm grateful to him and then also the wife.
So his name is Papa
Dankwa.
Wow, Papa, thank you so much for helping Rich's guy not to call disgrace. All right, let's do a few more of the requests. I think a couple of people are also
yes, Bernard.
Associated with Dr. Baumia's birthday.
Messages coming through. Happy birthday, yes, to Dr. Baumia and myself. May Allah increase us in wealth and health. And Umar Nasiru sent that. Good morning, CBS. I want to wish Miss Charlotte Shatel Okwada of Absa Bank a blessed birthday from Kinsley. Daniel inside Tema says, happy birthday to my boss, Mr. Ruben Teta of Shoto Logistics in Tema. God bless and keep him safe for us. Good morning. A happy birthday to Dr. Dora Hall. May your smiles never fade. God bless you, dear sister. Lots of love from Barbara.
Right. Bernard, this is a public service announcement. There's a man called Eric Boama. He's in his middle age. He's gone missing. He has mild stroke. He's the father of our friend Charlotte Adeti. We popularly call her Kiabo Fruit. So if you see any dark man, middle-aged,
when middle-aged means what?
It's like in his late 50s. I mean.
When did he get missing?
Sunday. So Sunday after church. I'm told after church.
What was he wearing?
He was in a white top with PSWU on the.
And which area is this?
Adabaka.
So let's repeat the announcement.
So Adabaka,
a man is between 50 and 60 something.
Yes, please.
On Sunday afternoon, in a white, is it t-shirt or normal?
Yes, t-shirt.
And they haven't found him since Sunday.
Yes, please. So if anyone finds him,
what kind of how's his skin complexion?
So he's dark in complexion.
And he is how tall? They didn't tell.
Yeah.
They didn't say.
It's not so tall. It's a.
And what other condition did they describe?
It's he has mild stroke.
Mild stroke. So it means it's not that mobile.
Exactly. So please, if you find him anywhere, can you report it to a police station? Or please call this number if I can put that out: 059 888 8963. 059 888 8963.
The missing people thing, it troubles me because I'm not sure if the way to do it is, is that do they put his photo in the newspapers?
So the normal thing is that you file a complaint at the police. The police will give you what they call an extract. Based upon that, then you can.
What I'm asking is that to make this more effective, we need a photo of the guy to put on the TV.
Sure.
Okay, yes.
Because when somebody sees the picture, then I've seen this guy somewhere. Because I can't see a person wearing a white T-shirt and the radio announcement is not effective. It helps, but I feel like you should need to see the person's face. Put him in the newspaper.
That's true.
Like the guy who reported that he shouldn't report that he's dead.
Oh, General Happy.
Some guy, they say he's dead. He's not dead. So who should tell me he's dead? You see that announcement?
I see it.
Is it in Ghana?
No.
Well, we have to first of all authenticate whether there was indeed such a
Happy Benjamin.
Death announcement.
Yes.
Major Happy Benjamin to your agenda.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like somebody from Central Africa. He wishes to inform the general public that whereas he was declared dead, he is alive and well. This is like Jesus Christ. Major Happy further informs the general public that the perpetrators of this act, as well as anyone circulating false rumors of his death, will be prosecuted in the courts of law.
It's a cancellation of death announcement.
Is there a classified?
Why are people trying to kill the guy before he dies?
Oh, yes.
It's something, I don't know. I'm not sure this is Ghana anyway.
Alaska, are you ready? Because I saw your friend Galus in the news.
Yes, let me deal with the real issue first. Let me just hear quickly we did an interview with the CEO of the GRDA to give us an update on the rail line in Takoradi.
Yeah.
So let's just have highlights of that.
If barring Galamsey and all sort of let's say encroachment, you can do the same thing for road. I can bet you in 50 years you come and make the railway and the road has been tiled or done nearly 4 or 5 times. The key thing is that railway provides railway complement the roads. When you have a safer railways, what happens is you're going to have safer roads, and most importantly, you are not going to spend a lot of money on rehabilitating the roads, because most of the haulage you move it from the road to the rail, and the rail can move a total of up to 42 to 52 containers, 20-foot, 40-foot containers off the road at a go in one sortie. But go to Takoradi Port, go and see the number of trucks. You can see 50 trucks piling up going. All that 50 trucks can be in one single sortie of a locomotive moving from Tema Harbour through to Bupe to the Sahel region, not on our roads. So yes, we can always compare the roads to the rail, but nothing beats a formidable railway system. Road cannot be compared to a formidable railway system, not in any way of shape or form. That is why in advanced countries they spend a lot on rail. They deliberately spend a lot on rail, not just because they can't spend on roads, it's just because they are complementing the safety architecture of the roads, they are complementing the congestion, as well as making sure that they don't have a certain amount of tonnage piled up on their road. And when it comes to environmental sustainability, you wouldn't have people having issues to do with, let's say, environmental issues to do with the environment as well as that. So the railway is the way to go. And I do believe that this government, we have decided to spend our time on it. And I'm very happy to be working with my minister.
From where you sit, do you think successive governments have given much attention to railway? Have they invested much in it?
Yes. Look, I wouldn't sit here because I'm serving in my government to say, look, President ex-President Nana Akufo-Addo's vision to have a sectorial approach to the railway sector was a good one. I'm not going to sit here and dispute that. However, the human factors, the technical people, or the human capability as to put in place as an organization to deliver his vision failed. But the idea to create the awareness and the setup, you cannot dispute it. From empirical, it was a good thing. It gave it what I call a facelift of an idea, a whole ministry dedicated to railway development. But I would say the strategic approach, be it human capability, technical competency, decision making, did not work well. But at the end of the day, you cannot really dispute that and say, okay, but it was a good one. But when you come to our government, what I always often refer to, you need three things to make to develop a railway sector. You need a political will, it's like a triangle. Yeah. You need the political will that must come, and this is with the this comes from the president, and I'm very confident in my president, His Excellency President Mahama, that he has got that desire to get it done. There must be a political will. The other one, we call it the technical competency of the team. Okay, I do believe in the current minister, as well as together with the Ghana Railway Development Authority, the leadership, the technical competency is there to get it delivered. The next arm is funding, money.
Yeah.
And the money, when you are talking about private money,
is the biggest part of all.
Exactly. The private money comes with an eye. What is there for me to pick? You see, what is the return on investment?
Yeah.
But now, and the private money to need to go through a rigorous tendering process. Look at our tendering process.
Yeah.
Have you looked at our PPP framework? It is a whole monologue on its own. So, a government life is about 2.5-3 years. So if I'm going to spend 2 years to go through some PPP framework, a lot of people come. I've been in the office. I've had opportunity to meet over 119 investors. But in the beginning, it's exciting. They will come, the energy and that Fred
the bureaucracies and the rest.
The moment you open the PPP book, the enthusiasm dropped from 100 to 20. Okay, Freddie come, they will take you everywhere. But the moment you open the Pandora box of the PPP, the desire shrinks. So what we have to do is twofold. One, we need to work together with the Ministry of Finance and everybody to have a strategic framework where private sector participation could be attracted in the industry, especially in the railway sector, at a short possible time, without going through all these 67-page documents. It is. I would say it is not attractive for anybody. Second, government loan. Are we prepared to go for more loans? Okay, that is something that we have to look at. So, look, at the moment, I am confident that we've got we have the practical will, we have the technical competency, and the money is coming. So, with this vision, I am also very, confident that something will be done.
Will be done,
and we are working on a lot of things at the moment.
Let's talk about the distraction of your lines in the western region. I'm sure you heard about it. How did you react when you saw videos and pictures of this?
Well, you see, upon my assumption of office, I have traveled to the Takrady, to Dumkwao, and Awaso nearly 3 times. I was there in March, April, and May. And I was there recently when Amandi resumed work on the 6th of August. Remember that Amandi suspended work on the 2nd of December. And through the work and the leadership of my minister, Honorable Bukari, they resumed work on the 6th of August. So when we went there, we could see the epicenter is actually at a place called Bonsra and Insuta. So that is where it's about 54 kilometers from Takrady and 6 kilometers from Insuta. That is the epicenter of where they are doing stuff. So when we went there, we realized that even you've got some fines close to the GMC, Ghana Manganese Corporation, and close to our railway lines. They've got some fines there. Anytime we go, they run away. Okay? The last time we went with the police, they run away. I reported the issue to the Takrady Divisional Police Commander, and they go there. And whenever they go there, they run away. But the fact of the matter is that, you see, this is a national disaster. This is a national security issue. It is not just a railway issue. In some cases, you have the Galamsey being done maybe about 8 kilometers away. But what happened is that they are using the shalfines to wash the gold. And you've got the water coming all the way to our formations. And I just spoke about the cost of making that formation. So when that happens, you're not going to say, you want to form a railway task force. A railway task force will just look at the railway task force. What about the person who is doing Galamsey 8 kilometers away, destroying it? So I do believe that, the NADMOS, which has been set up, will serve as a sort of, we don't want to duplicate the effort of a lot of people, but NADMOS will serve as a collective effort to be able to address the issue. It must not just be a reactive approach. It must be a preventive approach. So what we are doing is also encouraging and engaging the community setup to be able to also help us to do things like that as well. So we are working with the community people to ensure that we can have the right people to do it.
We're told that this month, which is October on the 1st, we'll see some shuttles, working.
Yes.
On the, I think, Akosombo, Tema. Is that it?
Yeah, Tema and Pagadan.
In Pagadan, okay. Are they working now?
Yeah, they are working. Oh, you should have patronized today. I've been up since 3 a.m. this morning. But the good news is that for the people of that corridor, Tema Harbour to Akosombo, we commenced the service, passenger service, on 1st of October. And we are running our first passenger service from there. Now we are doing Tema Harbour with one shuttle, and we are doing, Tema to Adome on another shuttle. So we are really hoping to make sure that we can open a corridor. But that corridor is an intermodal transport. It takes both passengers as well as haulage. Okay. So again, passenger service is a social policy. No country runs passenger service for a profit. Yes, I don't want you to just, anytime I say, passenger, people say, China. No, China, they are subsidized by 47%.
Okay.
So that was Dr. Frederick Apo speaking to Sami Wiafe on the Point Blank segment of Eyewitness News, essentially discussing the rail sector, zeroing in on what happened over the weekend in the Insuta Western Rail Line and also announcing that the Tema and Pakadan started operations on the 1st of October.
Yeah.
Caleb, do you know the routes?
So there's a timetable for when it runs from Tema all the way to Pakadan railway line. So Afienya, it starts at 6 a.m. It sets off at 6 a.m. Stops at Shire Hills, then to Doyumu JK, then to Akuse Halt, Bong, Senchi, and then Adome. And that's by 7:15. Yeah. So then the next one from Adome to Afienya. So this is Afienya to Adome. Adome to Afienya is 8. It comes to Senchi, Pong, Akuse, Doyumu, and then Shire Hills, Afienya. That's 9:15.
Okay.
So these are the timelines.
Okay.
Tema Harbor, Tema Industrial Area, Ashaiman, Afienya from 5 a.m. to 5:40. That's
Okay.
the time.
So let's get this right.
Yeah.
So it starts from Tema Harbor.
Yes.
Then gets to Tema Industrial and makes a
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
From Tema Industrial, it
To
stops at
Ashaiman.
Ashaiman.
Yeah.
From Ashaiman, it stops at Afienya.
Afienya.
Then from Afienya, it goes to Shire Hills.
Yeah.
From Shire Hills to Doyumu. From Doyumu to Akuse.
Yeah.
From Akuse to Kpong. From Kpong to Senchi. And from Senchi to Adome.
Adome.
So basically, if you left Tema Harbor at 5 a.m., you'll probably get to Adome by 8 a.m. because or 7:15 if I look at the way the stops are. So it actually shortens the journey.
It does.
You know, because the road from Tema to Akosombo itself is not in a very good shape.
Yeah.
All right, especially the portions between the Ashama Roundabout and Michelle Camp, and there's a lot of traffic there. My concern is the people who go to Akosombo area, are they minded to use the train? All right, and those who live, for example, if I'm going to Ho, or I'm going to Bando or Peki, would I want to go and use the train, and then when I get to Adome, I take another vehicle, or would I prefer to just drive? Okay, so there has to be arrangements for the rail to continue the last mile, so to make things easier. I feel like Akosombo is a very good destination for holiday. So if somebody wants to do Akosombo from Tema, you can drive and park your vehicle at Tema, sit in the train, get to Akosombo, finish what you're doing, come back, and then sit in your car and go back. We'll probably try that one of these Saturdays and see how it works. Time check is 5 minutes past 8. Tech and social media trends is where we are now.
Brought to us by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. First Bank Ghana is rewarding smart banking. Use your smart digital platforms to bank, and you could win a cool 500 Ghana cedis every single week from September 1 to November 30. This has been running. Use the First mobile app or *894# every day, and you could win. You stand the chances of winning a cool 500 Ghana cedis every single week. If you are not yet if you are not a member or a customer of the First Bank Ghana family, just use the same app, First mobile app, or use #894#, and then you're good to go. If you have any questions, please call 0596 921 921. First Bank, you first.
Edwin Kwakufi, a man from Tema. Edwin, you should try the rail.
I'll try that one of these days because I think it's very important.
Yeah, if there was a rail, but there's a rail from Tema to Accra even work, or it starts from Sakumono?
It starts from Sakumono, so I think getting to Sakumono it's not worth it.
It's too far.
It's too far.
Yeah, if there was a main one like Make Committee 1.
Oh yes, I'd definitely use it and get to Accra.
All right, let's hear what's happening.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you mentioned Akosombo because it's one of the trends. One Twitter or X user shared a video of Akosombo, a short drive through the town, and it looks very clean. There are street signs, crossings for pedestrians. He even captioned that he thought it was Canada initially. So Akosombo is trending because people are sharing their experiences going there, how neat the place is, how livable. They are saying it's the most livable city in Ghana at the moment. So everyone is expressing their
Myself and Sky, we are ready. If you offer us land, there will come. We are still planning where to do our retirement.
By the river.
If you give us land, we'll come. And when we come, people will follow us.
But Sky, you want to put up a beach house in Akosombo?
Why not?
Yeah,
that you don't want people to do
your along the rivers and the lakes and all this.
Okay, so we go to more troubling news. Sampa is trending as well because the IGP recently sent reinforcements to the area after clashes between two rival factions. In fact, the police team that was sent there was caught in the gunfire between the two factions, and their vehicle ended up in a ditch. 7 people were injured and treated and discharged. 1 person suffered a head injury and was taken to the Konfuanochi Teaching Hospital. So the police say they've boosted their presence in the area to ensure something like that doesn't recur. But I did some research, and the Sampa issues and the chieftaincy disputes, if you go on Citi Newsroom right now, the issues extend to about beyond 2020, before 2020. So if you go on Citi Newsroom, you see stories.
There's a history of
from 2020.
Is it 2 communities fighting, or what is it?
It's 2 factions.
Of what? Is it a chieftaincy dispute?
Yeah, it's a chieftaincy dispute. Usually what happens is a chieftaincy dispute. So from 2020, 2022, 2023, there are several stories of either people being arrested, clashes in the area, people being killed actually in the area. So it's a worrying trend. It's in the BA.
Sampa Valley.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's also trending. Akosombo trending for good reason, Sampa for the wrong reason.
Yes. Now we go to some music or entertainment related trends, and Richie Mensah, who is the CEO and founder of Lynx Entertainment, he was named as a voting member of the Recording Academy, who are the organizers of the Grammy Awards. So great news for
Richie is a big man.
Ghana. He's a big person, song writer, musician.
He's not an author, right?
Yeah, I believe.
I think he's written a book now.
Oh, okay.
I think he wrote a book a few months ago. Yeah.
So if you look at the process to become a voting member, you have to be a member of the academy in good standing. So you have to have paid your dues. You have to have internet presence. People know you. You have to get recommendations from 2 people within the academy. Yes, and you have to have been active during the period under review. So he fulfilled all of that, and obviously you have to be approved by the panel as well. So he's fulfilled all of that, become a voting member of the Grammys, which is a big deal.
Tech news.
So in tech news, we go to the US, and this issue has raised some concerns about the use of AI and AI chatbots, because a US college student, he incriminated himself after allegedly confessing to acts of vandalism while talking to ChatGPT. So he was arrested and charged with felony property damage.
But he was telling ChatGPT what he had done.
Yes.
And ChatGPT went to do lapo.
Asking for ways that he could avoid being found, being prosecuted. Yes. And ChatGPT offered some advice to him.
So how was he found out?
So the court, after he was arrested, the court ordered that his properties be searched, his phone be checked, and then when they checked it, they saw conversations with ChatGPT. After he had committed the crime, he was asking for ways to avoid being prosecuted and
ChatGPT couldn't delete that.
Oh, no.
We thank God for that too.
So everybody, be wary of what you put in your. First, don't commit crimes.
No, the first is the first is do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing, and when you do the wrong thing, may God lead you to confess to ChatGPT so we can catch you. That's what we should advise people. So they catch them.
Yeah, then catch them. But generally, you are not entirely private when you put things in AI chatbots. So be wary of what you put in those platforms.
I think the basic rule is that there's no perfect crime.
Yeah,
there's always something that can lead to you eventually. Yeah.
So
it's just a matter
crime
of time.
Doesn't pay.
Yeah, so just
Lucky Dube sang it.
Yeah, so just don't do it.
Do you know the song "Crime Does Not Pay"?
Yeah,
I'm a prisoner.
Education is the key.
Somebody told me about it.
Still a little boy. He said to me, son.
Crime does
said to me.
Lucky Dube Abasu.
Crime does not pay. Yeah.
Education.
It's okay.
Auntie T,
I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans and eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530# then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we say to banky baby? No lie, only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt, but tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank. Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Sankofa, pepper soup where you know pepper sankofa, sankofa pepper powder, a shishi raw. Sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder.
FDA, Aji Ejadi Nkrato Yatum.
Hey, El Chamano, I agree to.
I make sure. Salary them pay last week. This week, no, it finished. How?
But don't you have GCB mobile app? Just request a salary advance. You will get it in 30 seconds.
Gosh, it just dropped like it's hot.
Get up to 80% of your salary anytime with the GCB mobile app at the lowest interest rates. Switch to a GCB salary account now and payday can be any day. Download the GCB mobile app on Google Play, App Store, or Huawei App Gallery. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
This October, Northern Ghana takes center stage. Get ready for the Northern Business Fair 2025, the ultimate one-stop shop for everything made in Ghana in the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From hand-woven smocks and intricate crafts to modern manufacturing, innovative packaging of made-in-Ghana products, and thriving homegrown businesses, it's a vibrant celebration of talent, innovation, and authenticity. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM, it's the biggest trade fair showcasing Kenyan SMEs, startups, research bodies, and indigenous brands making waves across the nation. It's happening on Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th of October 2025 at the Tamale Sports Stadium. The time is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Want to exhibit? Call 0205-973-973 today and book your space. Don't just hear about it, see it, experience it, and live it. The Northern Business Fair, your market, your connections, your growth. The Northern Business Fair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Side Hustle, the Ghana Enterprises Agency, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Nexus cable metal iron to the biomo. Nexus cable metal fossil. At a flexible. And a conduit cable 5,000 cities Rukobiara or 1Q distributor. And I want retailer Biara. Joe receipt. And I invoice. So phone. Get your invoice and I receipt a picture. Fuck WhatsApp numbers 055 255 7781 and 053 101 8643. Damadana. Obey Sika. Womo do. The send your phone anybody to invoice picture. About to use to distribute an any phone. Let's send invoice. Them Sikana. About wow phone no do. To Nexus cable. Or ISO certified. Made in Ghana Papa B. To invoice you go WhatsApp numbers here there. Now what's Rebecca cashback? Radio more dead.
Nexon's cable metal. Electricity no get leg. It be Nexon's cable metal cable the carrier.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Minutes past 8 on the City Breakfast Show. The complaints about water keep increasing. There are two levels of this in some specific regions, like the eastern region and the central region. Yeah. And even in the Ahafo region, we've had complaints about water. For example, there's a story on GNA dated October 6, 2025. Abodom cocoa farmers urge government to tackle illegal mining. Cocoa farmers at Trifo Abodom in Trifo Atimokwa, this is central region by the way, are appealing to the government to urgently intervene to stop illegal mining activities along River Osini. The farmers explained that their main source of drinking water was that river, which was also used for farming, washing, and other domestic activities. They cautioned that if immediate actions were not taken, the continued contamination of their only source of water with heavy metals would affect the health of the people. Elvis Intikrang, assembly member for Trifu Abodom, Edueja electoral area, said together with 3 other assembly members, steps had been taken to minimize such operations. He urged committee members to report illegal mining activities to the assembly members, the police, or the district chief executive rather than taking the law into their own hands. Mr. Isaac Yosin, the DC for Trifu Atimokwa, said they had received reports on illegal mining but traced their polluted water source to Wasa East. He said, though through collaboration with Wasa East DCE, steps had been taken to stop the illegal miners. Mr. Yosin called on the traditional leaders to support government's efforts in the fight against the miners, stressing that community cooperation was crucial in winning the battle against Galamsey. Story edited by Alice Tete, Lydia Kukua Asamoah for GNA. I'll come back to this shortly.
Let me add to that story for you. If you go to the original coverage on page 23 of the Daily Graphic, Mori pupils call for urgent action against Galamsey. And these are students from Mori in the central region, the learners from the Mori Catholic Basic AB and Junior High School, and the Mori DA Basic and GHS, and the Mori Methodist A Basic, revealed that for over 3 months they have had to struggle for access to clean water, which is negatively impacting their education. A quote attributed to some of the students says that, Coach, we are late for school because we must fetch water from other communities first. Those destroying our water sources do not think about us and our future.
This is Central Region as well.
This is Central Region.
Then yesterday during the City Breakfast Show, a listener sent us a message on the lack of water in his community, and I think we read it as part of the discussion on the issue of water, and I'm just going to push that through as well to make the point around the seriousness of the water challenge facing us as a result of Galamsey. Before I do this though, I'd like to announce that SNIT has an announcement for you. Do you worry about the future of your dependents when you are no more? Do you want to secure a good life for your immediate family and other dependents when you pass on? I guess the survival should matter to you. Well, as we popularly say, he whose father is alive is referred to as a royal. But there's one pension institution in Ghana that wants you to know that caring for your loved ones shouldn't end when they are gone. Only SNIT guarantees your family independence, the income security and comfort they need when you are no more. If you're a member of the SNIT scheme and you pass on, SNIT ensures that your nominated dependents are protected and cared for. SNIT pays a lump sum to support them. Take decisive action today. Get enrolled on the SNIT scheme. Pay your contributions regularly and relax knowing that SNIT has your dependents covered in the event of your passing. Call SNIT on 0302 611 622 or connect with us on our socials at SNIT Ghana. You can also visit any of our 53 branches nationwide to transact business. SNIT will deliver on our promise.
Yes, Bernard, and kickstart your day with the irresistible chocolatey goodness of Twisco, enriched with Enerfort, a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including B vitamins, vitamin C, D, iron, and many more. At just 2 Ghana cedis, you can treat yourself and your little ones to a rich, delightful chocolatey taste of Twisco and power that dream. Simply mix water, add milk, stir, and enjoy. The kids can't get enough of it, so why wait? Head to your nearest store and grab your Twisco 20-gram sachet, 400-gram sachet, or 400-gram tin today. Twisco, power your dream. This advert is FDA approved.
Now, what are you proud of at First Atlantic Bank? We are proud to be crowned Digital Bank of the Year not once, 2 times back to back. This isn't just a fancy title, it's a celebration of a commitment and relentless drive to give you the ultimate convenience in digital banking, whether it's through our mobile app, internet banking, USSD, or any of our seamless platforms. We make sure your banking experience is truly safe, fast, and secure. So why settle for less? Join the Purple family today and experience the true meaning of smart banking. 2-time Digital Bank of the Year back to back. If you enter your ear, follow the conversation on all our social media platforms at First Atlantic GH. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. Attention Ghana, Indomie has a mission for you, and the reward, a trip to Disneyland Paris, plus amazing prizes. Your ticket right inside every Indomitable Hero pack. Here's how the mission works. So step 1, buy any Indomitable Hero pack. Each pack comes with a special hero comic book. Step 2 is check your code on the first page of the comic book, and then step 3 is dial star 844 hash 44 star 844 star 44 hash, or visit www.indomighana.com to enter your code. Every code you enter could win you rewards like free PS5s, TVs, iPhones, tablets, bicycles, and free Indomie. And at the grand finale, 5 lucky heroes will fly off to Disneyland in Paris. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the mission today. Allez, Indomie. So Cowbell has always had you in mind, yes, you, and today we bring you great news. Cowbell is offering you creamy goodness in 2 creamy variants, Cowbell Premium, and Cowbell Vita Rich. Premium is rich in essential vitamins and minerals and packs a high protein boost of 23.6%, perfect creamy companion for your porridge, cereal, or beverage. It's available in different sachets, and the Cowbell Vita Rich is fortified with vitamins A, B9, C, D, D, E, and K. It delivers creamy goodness and great value as well. Also comes in different sachets. So whether it's premium power or Vita Rich value, you are after, Cowbell has you covered. There's a Cowbell for you. Cowbell creamy goodness.
And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages with 4 distinct flavors: the cola, the orange, the cocktail, and the grapefruit. Piva is available at your local store. You may call 0550 032 231. And it's the winning season again. We're not just chasing wins but collecting them. The luckiest is back bigger and better. You can use your phone to dial *712#. You can also go online to theluckiestafrica.com and register. You can buy a community ticket and you could multiply your money by 500 times, with your whole community winning 10 times over. This is your golden chance. Hop on and let's get lucky together with the luckiest.
I think the message you are looking for says, good morning, Bernard. Those of us in Agona Swedru are really suffering for almost 3 months now, not even a drop of water from our taps. Think about the schools, hospitals, places of convenience, butchery, etc. It's not easy at all.
I'm going to read 3 more stories before we do an interview. So, Godfred, you read one story. So, I read a story from Chifuati Mokwa, and you read one from a different place. Now, Tano North, William now reports on Citi Newsroom, actually Channel 1 as well. Tano North farmers decry destruction of River BC. Now, you notice, in the initial phase of Galamsey, it was Pra and Cobra and larger rivers. Now, we're reading about smaller rivers. So, I read the GNA story, which mentioned a relatively smaller river. You know, Kweku David did something on the river Ayensu, which is a major river but not as big as the Pra and the Ankobra. Now we have a couple of rivers which are not as big as the known rivers, also bearing the brunt of Galamsey. So let me give you an example of this. If you go to Tano North, there's a river called River BC. It says some aggrieved farmers and stakeholders in Tano North of Ahafo have expressed deep concern over the pollution and destruction of the BC River by alleged Chinese illegal miners in the area. They've called on the security agencies to act swiftly to stop the activities of the miners in order to safeguard the environment, farmlands, and water sources. During a visit to the area, the visibly angry farmers warned that if authorities fail to intervene immediately, they'll be compelled to take matters into their own hands and drive the miners away. The GNA observed an excavator, mining tools, and other equipment at an illegal mining site at BC, a farming community. Although the miners were not present during the visit, large portions of farmlands had been cleared, apparently to extend their operations. An interview with GNA, Nana Inchubwe, chief of Krofrom, said the illegal mining activities began on Monday, September 29. He noted that since then, the BC River, a tributary of the River Tano, had turned brownish in color. He explained that the BC River is the main source of water for several communities including Krofrom, Besi, Mankran, Adroba, Subreso, and Sukumu No. 2, all of which depend on it for survival. Nana Boisianku said, quote, polluting and destroying the rivers is more like making us useless, and called for an immediate intervention from security services and government. Nana Kumi Yeboah, the Nifahini of Mankran, one of the worst affected communities, also told the GNA that the illegal miners had caused extensive damage to farmlands and the vegetative cover. Commenting on the issue, Dr. Frida Prempe, MP for Tano North, said, or former MP for Tano North, says, quote, if the turbidity levels of BC and Tano go high, then the local farmers are to suffer a lot. We cannot allow these Chinese miners to destroy our crops, farmlands, forest and vegetative cover, thereby worsening the plight of our poor farmers who largely survive on peasant farming. She urged traditional authorities, assembly members and opinion leaders in the affected communities to do more to ensure safety and environmental protection. Nana Boachi Bonsu, acting president of the council, which is the Duayang Kwanta Traditional Council, told the GNA, we are strongly against illegal mining here and we don't give room for those Galamsey activities. Now, he called on the Tano North Municipal Security Committee, the MUSEC, to investigate the matter and take action against the perpetrators. He said the people have preserved the BC River for generations due to its historical significance and its role in providing potable water to communities. Now here's the other angle. However, the Tano North Municipal Chief Executive, Pius Samson Opoku, refuted claims of illegal mining in the area, arguing that the Chinese miners were operating legally. See what's going on? The Tano North Municipal Chief Executive, Pius Samson Opoku, refuted claims of illegal mining in the area, arguing that the Chinese were operating legally.
How?
He told the media that the two small-scale mining companies, including the Chinese operators, had obtained valid concessions in municipality, insisting that the activities were not polluting or destroying the Bisi and Tano rivers.
I see.
Classic situation. MCE says the people are mining legally. He may well be right, but look at the number of people who have been interviewed by the GNA. They spoke to 3 sub-chiefs. They spoke to the traditional council. They spoke to a former MP. And the journalist observed an excavator, mining tools and other equipment at an illegal mining site, and large portions of farmlands cleared. He also did say that the water had turned brown. But the MCE for the area is saying that the people are there legally and that they had a valid concession. So it's a classic case. I'm giving another one. You see, I'm trying to...
I just want to know whether there's a direct link. So the machines that were seen on these sites or these farmlands, do they belong to the Chinese company?
Apparently. So you see, the community is linking the browning of the river to the activities of the mining company.
Okay.
The MC is saying that they are not illegal miners, but they have a valid concession and they are doing mining. The same MC that same week declared a no tolerance for Galamsey campaign. Right? So I'm just reading that story as well. This is still GNA. Mr. Pius Opoku has declared a no tolerance for Galamsey campaign to stem illegal mining in his municipality. He warned that anybody who engages in illegal mining will be prosecuted irrespective of their political background. He said that the Tano River course remain the only source of drinking water in the municipality, saying that we will do everything to protect the river from being polluted. So my concern is that how sure is it that the company doing the mining in that community, because they mentioned 5 communities, BC, Tukubu number 2 and all those, how sure is it that the company's activities are not contributing to the pollution of the river BC?
I think we would have to interrogate him.
Yeah. Then I already read one around a river in the Chifuati Mokwa area. This was just last week. Then there's the NIMOS task force also fighting illegal mining along the Bonsa River. You know, this is my issue. Whether it is, you see, when I interviewed the Water Resources Commission guy, he said any mining in a water body is illegal. Yes. So whether you have a concession or not, yes, he says that from what he knows, anybody who is doing mining close to or inside a water body is doing it illegally. Yes. All right. Now, if you go, for example, to Takrady last month, the NIMOS conducted an operation along the Bonsa River. Now, don't forget that the Bonsa headworks have also been closed. Bonsa is in the western region, and that river provides water for is one part of the western enclave that the Bonsa headworks are. The operation, conducted in collaboration with the Western Regional Security Council and Blue Water Gas, form part of a national strategy to rid forests and water bodies of illegal mining activities. A statement from the Secretariat said the task force destroyed several makeshift structures at various sites, seizing mining equipment and wares left behind by fleeing illegal miners. Here are the equipment seized: 10 water pumping machines, so they're underwater, 4 Chanfang machines, 5 engine seats, and a pump action gun. Godfrey, yesterday, it stated that at Monsarure Sika mine, a notorious mining community, the task force found abandoned excavators and detached control boards. The statement, however, noted some challenges, which included the need for accommodation for the task force to enhance their effectiveness and better mobile network coverage in remote areas. They also called for a deliberate national agenda to sensitize and educate indigenous in mining communities about the dangers of Galamsey, leveraging electronic, print, and social media to reverse the trend. The statement said the joint operation achieved its purpose of dismantling illegal mining sites, sending a strong message to perpetrators. No, my problem, guys. So it's almost like we get there after the fact. The people go, they mine in the night, they destroy their property. When we get there, they run away, they've left their guns, they've left their excavators, and they go. So we seize the things that they've left. They go to another place. So it's like we are fighting with them, but they are ahead of us. You get it? Number 2, the people are now targeting smaller water bodies. Because all attention is on the Pra, the Ankobra, and the bigger rivers. Now we are hearing of smaller river bodies which are now being encroached upon. Because there's a belief that there's gold in the bed of the river. Okay. So for me, you see, the idea of a state of emergency is what will give the military team the chance to really surgically deal with this matter. Because a lot of what is happening is after the fact. You go, you hear of it. But if you say, look, anybody caught on a water body with any mining equipment is a persona non grata. Do you get it? I don't know whether that requires a state of emergency or not. But you need to be a bit more frontal on this. Almost every story I'm reading now is targeting smaller communities with smaller river bodies. And it's a big problem because these smaller river bodies feed the large rivers. Okay. And now almost all the places we are hearing from, people are concerned about lack of water. The last one I read was from the Trifo Atimokwa area. Again, the river is called River Osini. It's not a typical river that you will see in a Ghana map. Yeah. But it's definitely a tributary to one of the bigger rivers. This is what tends to happen. Yeah. Okay. So it's for me, for the water situation, there's no excuse for even going there after. You need to go and clear the people. Whether you are going to do, I don't know, you are saying you are in a legal situation, whether a shoot on site or whatever they are going to do, you cannot have people put engine seats, fans, and pumping machines in a river and tell me that they have a concession, so they should do what they are doing. They cannot.
Let me before you come in, if I may, there's a story that I posted yesterday. So it came in from the GNA. So it's talking about after the fact. So the water crisis situation. The vice president has been doing something recently. So this story was published on the 2nd day of October 2025. Water crisis. Vice president donates reservoirs to 5 districts in the central region. So the story is from Potsing and it's by Prince Aqua.
So it'll be Gomwa Potsing.
Yeah. It says the Vice President, Professor Jane Nana Opokwajiman, has presented 10 large water storage tanks to 5 districts in the central region to help alleviate the devastating water crisis that has hit many communities across the region. Now, the tanks were presented to the Gomwa Central, Gomwa West, Gomwa East, Ewutu Senya West, and the Agona West assemblies, which are considered the hardest hit by the crisis. Now, for many weeks now, taps in many communities in the central regions have run dry, compelling residents to rely on unsafe water sources, often miles away from home. Now, the situation, induced mainly by illegal mining activities, Galamsey, has muddied water bodies and rendered them nearly impossible to treat by the Ghana Water Company Limited. Now, the situation poses significant health challenges to the affected communities, with many women and children being more vulnerable. Last year, Professor Upoku Ajiman constructed 10 boreholes for selected districts in the region when a similar situation emerged, and donation of the tanks furthers their agenda to mitigate the water problem in the community.
So that's another example of after the fact.
Exactly.
The people go and spoil the thing, and then we are trying to repair from behind. Even though it should be ahead of the people. It's also an admission that the central region problem is well and truly correct. Let me fortify what you read with a last one here. The chiefs in one part of the central region had a meeting recently, and they were basically saying that the Galamsey is making water almost impossible to get in their region. All right, this story, a Futu Traditional Council asked traditional rulers in Galamsey areas to join the fight against the menace. And in ending the story, the traditional rulers say we owe it a duty to ourselves and posterity to protect our forests and water bodies, since government cannot fight the menace alone. He expressed concern about the use of mercury and cyanide by illegal miners in their operations, causing life-threatening health challenges to the many people. He said river bodies and streams were now rendered unfit for drinking. A typical example, according to him, this is a chief, was the river Yensu flowing from Apepim in the eastern region through Agona Kwenyaku to Efutu, which was their source of drinking water. It was for this reason that the water treatment station at Agona Kwenyaku with high turbidity had been shut down, resulting in prolonged water shortage, which was likely to disrupt academic activities at UEW Winneba. The Ghana Water Company is doing all it can to ensure that we get potable and clean water for drinking. And for other things, however, using more chemicals to treat the water will go a large extent to have an effect on us. It goes on and on and on. Let's bring a different angle to the discussion, because a month ago, all the major utility companies met with the PURC and proposed a series of tariff adjustments for the next year, which tariff adjustments they believe will help make the activity sustainable. The Ghana Water Company in particular had asked for about 100 and something % increase, because they said they needed more money to treat water. Now, the Ghana Food and Beverage Association is having none of that. They're asking the government to undertake urgent reforms of the two major utilities because their persistent tariff increases are not sustainable. John Awuni is joining us for some quick thoughts on this. Mr. Awuni, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Bernard.
As you can see, I'm pretty concerned about the water situation. And we seem to sympathize with Ghana Water Limited because it's costing them more and more to treat water. They are not the ones doing galamsey. And it's quite clear that the cost of treating water is going to get higher until something drastic happens with galamsey. Why are you opposing their request for tariff increment and by extension rather asking for reform of the utility service provider?
Thank you so much, Bernard. Let me put it in perspective. We recognize that the utilities have a problem. We recognize that they need support. We see their power losses about 32% against PURC benchmark of 21%. We see the difficulty they are in terms of finance. They have a low revenue collection rate of average 43% as presented by ASIP last year. We see the poor worker attitude that ECG and those water companies have. For instance, the water company, we have had situations where even when the pipe bursts by the roadside, or you see a pipe that is burst and you call them, they will never come. It will take you weeks. And even when they come and fix it, they expect you to pay them. Same thing for ECG. If you need a meter, until you bribe, that meter will never come. If a transformer is in difficulty in your area and you see that transformer in challenge and you call them, it will take several hours, it will take even days before they come. At the time that they come, when they fix it, they will call you, the one who called them, and ask you will have to pay. If you don't give them money or tip them next time, they wouldn't come. If you see there are so many meters, Bernard, in all over in our neighborhood that are prepaid meters, literally not working. They will not cut off, and people are just using the power for free. Go to the ministries, the MDAs, all over. You find out that they are using power. Sometimes you wonder whether they even think that the power has a cost. So these utilities have a challenge. They are in a team. We have VRA, we have Gridco, we have the NETCO, and we have ECG. ECG is the last leg of them. And we are saying that I see them all as a team in a relay in athletics. If Gridco runs well by producing power, VRA runs well by producing power, and then give the relay to the last runner. If the last runner does not run well, all whatever previous effort they did amounts to nothing. And ECG seems not to be running well. If Gridco produces power and VRA are same and give to ECG and 100% of power they have produced and give to ECG, ECG's distribution losses alone amounts to 32%. That is totally unacceptable. In their presentation at PRC, we had Enclave Power, that's a private distribution company, accounting for losses of 3%. As against ECG of 32%. You see,
but is Enclave a power distributor? Enclave is Enclave a power distributor or a power producer?
Enclave is a power distributor, as same as ECG. Enclave does for the bigger companies and all that, and they are just new and they are entering, and they seem to be doing very well.
But that's a commercial arrangement with companies, as against ECG that provides to consumers who are domestic and to government agencies. So if you're comparing two companies, and Enclave again is a very small establishment in comparison to ECG. So would that be fair? Is that a right comparison?
Bernard, I am just looking at the losses, and I'm saying that my point is no business person produces with even the PURC benchmark of 21% losses. You are producing your goods and you are budgeting that you will lose 21% of it. Bernard, ECG is a monopoly. Ghana Water is a monopoly. And no monopoly can keep on making losses. It makes absolute no sense.
All right. What about the water company? I take your point on ECG, but I think the water company's argument has been that the cost of treating polluted water has gone up because of Galamsey, right? They've even closed some headworks. So you cannot say that's their fault. So if they're asking for further increment in tariffs, at least there's a justification for that, is there not?
Bernard, my issue is that the tariff matter is not a new thing. ECG is not asking for any new thing. Water company is not asking for anything new. Over the years, they have always asked for tariff increment. They have always asked for tariff increment. In the John Ajekun Kufuor's His Excellency period, we had tariff increment. In the late Atamil's regime, we had tariff increment. First term of John Mahama, tariff increment. Nanado's government, tariff increment. Again, as we speak now, the John Mahama's government is doing tariff increment. So we are saying that if tariff increment was the solution for the utilities, for water, for ECG in particular, then they would never have had any problem. We are not against fair pricing, economic prices. We are saying that the tariff increment can never be the solution to the poor worker attitude, to the corruption, to the waste, to the general inefficiencies in the utilities. If the John Mahama government sold to Ghanaians a reset agenda, that when they need to reset. Reset means realignment. And part of the reasons why Nanado government lost power was higher utilities and higher tariffs, higher taxes. So if the John Mahama government said they were coming in to do reset, is tariff increment the reset they promised us? We say no. Reset cannot be tariff increment. But if you are doing tariff increment, then you are no different from the Nanado government. We are saying that 9 months into the John Mahama's government, we are seeing nothing happening in the utility sector in terms of reform. And if they are talking about tariff increment has not been the solution. It's the same old Asian story. And that Asian story can never solve a problem. And we are saying that no investor will invest into the utility sector if that sector is not efficient. We are saying that if you have ECG workers riddled with a conflict of interest situation where most of the engineers own companies award meter fixing contracts to themselves, award the transformer fixing contracts to themselves. If you are awarding the contract to yourself, you can imagine how much money you allocate to yourself. You have ECG workers who come in, you need a transformer. They tell you that we don't have transformer at ECG, but we can acquire a transformer and come and fix it for you. And you will pay.
Mr. Awuni, my premise today is not on ECG, but you keep going back to ECG, which is a bit worrying. My discussion today is focused on water, which is why I've been talking about Galamsey. ECG we can discuss on a different day. I'm saying that water is life. There are a number of headworks. The Bonsa headworks in Western region has been shut. The Kwenyako headworks in Central region has been shut. So the effect of Galamsey on our water is clear for all to see. Now the angle is that the water company needs more resources so it can process our water for us to drink. So you need to separate the water issue from the electricity issue. I agree. But you keep going back to ECG.
Bernard, okay, I'm sorry for that, but I agree in principle that the water company needs support. When I look at their per unit cost of the 1,000 liters, they charge about 20 cedis or so per 1,000 liters. I literally agree. When you look at the tankers who go around selling, apparently I buy water for my swimming pool all the time. You have they sell between 80 cedis per the same 1,000 liter the Wagana Water Company is selling for 20 cedis. I think that in principle they may need an adjustment in their tariff for water. I agree in principle, but when you look at how much we buy from the private tractors, tankers, and against what ECG, against what water companies charging, they may in principle need an adjustment. But again, I would say that Ghanaians don't have to pay for the issue of Galamsey, because at the end of the day, it is the responsibility of the government to correct the menace in the Galamsey. And indeed, the John Mahama's government campaign said that they will solve Galamsey within 4 months, and Nanado government had to solve it. One of the reasons why the Nanado government lost power was this issue of Galamsey. They lost it. They lost most of their parliamentary seats all over in those Galamsey mining areas and all that, because they took a drastic stand and all that. At the end of the day, they punished the government and punished the MPs for that. Now, if the John Mahama government got an advantage on that and won power, it behooves on them to be able to fulfill their mandate, because they said they will solve it. In the opposition, John Mahama government and his appointees, now ministers, said they should call for state of emergency. They all call for state of emergency. They all call for all manner of things. John Mahama himself said that this is the responsibility of the government to solve it. It is no private individual. Ghanaians, we are all interested. We all stand at serious risk. The entire country is at risk of being annihilated. We are all at risk of being wiped out. No matter whatever, no, we drink water. We eat the roasted plantain. We take beetroot. We take all kind of vegetables. These are all infected by Galamsey water, and we all are all at risk.
So you do not think the increase in Galamsey justifies a tariff increment for water? Is that and the government should be the one to solve the Galamsey, not people being taxed to pay for it? That's
no,
your point.
People don't have to be taxed to pay to pay for government's inability to solve a problem. A government who won power on largely on the Galamsey campaign that they will solve it and they will do all or not. We are saying that His Excellency the President recently talked about the benefits that the country gets from Galamsey, and that if Galamsey, we have 4 million workers, where will they be sent to? Workers in the Galamsey sector, where will they be sent to? We have how much money we are getting from Galamsey gold from Galamsey activity, and that is literally what is holding the economy currently. The president said that. Did he also tell us those are the benefits? Did he also tell us the cost that the nation suffers from the Galamsey activities? So there are cost benefits. As the government is benefiting from that equally, the government must set some money aside to solve the water issue.
We'll leave it here. Thank you, Mr. Awuni. John Awuni is with the FABAC. He's the president of FABAC. He's now having none of the calls for tariff adjustments. Even for water, he says the president and the government assured that they will deal with Galamsey. So people should not pay the price for polluted water. Even though Ghana Water may have a reason, the government should find the money. Now, the last thing I wanted to bring in was the claim by the EPA boss that there is a way of dechemicalizing water, polluted water. So this was said by Professor Brown Kluche. I think she was asked a question during the Meet the CSOs where she answered, and it became a further debate. It's not really gone down well, has it, Caleb?
Not at all. There's a publication on citynewsroom.com attributed to the KNUST president of UTAG, and he is saying that dechemicalization debate trivializes fight against Galamsey. Professor Abavari is his name. Eric Abavari is president of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and he has taken a swipe at the government's handling of the fight against illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, describing recent policy directions as misplaced and superficial. In a strongly worded post on Facebook on Monday, October 6, 2025, Professor Abavari mocked the emergence of what he termed new terminologies such as dechemicalization, which he said trivializes the Galamsey menace. Quote, "Dear Ghanaians, have you heard of the new terminology called dechemicalization? It is funny because the core idea is being shifted to a point of trivialization," he wrote. He argued that while policymakers appear preoccupied with coining and debating technical terms, illegal miners continue to destroy rivers, forests, and farmlands across the country without restraint. Inability to solve the problem has been shrouded and made unmeaningful by majoring the minor and minoring the major. It is the weak mind which does this because it seeks to avoid being blamed, he stated. Explaining the term, Professor Bavari noted that dechemicalization, when used in the context of water treatment, refers to specialized purification processes that remove man-made chemical pollutants. However, he stressed that the focus on sentiments rather than the real action exposes the government's lack of commitment to restoring Ghana's degraded environment. He further questioned the political will to tackle illegal mining effectively, suggesting that the president lacks the resolve to confront the issue decisively. Quote, as to whether or not we will succeed in getting our fresh streams and rivers back depends largely on the will of the president, which from where I sit, he does not have. Professor Bavari ended his statement with a poignant reminder of those who lost their lives in the fight against illegal mining, including Major Maxo Mahama and other officials, urging Ghanaians not to forget their sacrifices.
3 minutes to 9 on the City Breakfast Show. We'll take a few quick comments. And then we'll later on join our friend Ras Mubarak, who's been on a campaign for open borders across the continent. They spoke to him a few weeks ago when he had traversed about 6 countries. He's done a few more countries, and we'll find out what he saw from Angola through Namibia, through to Botswana, South Africa, and now in Swaziland. All right, here are some comments on the situation, Kakra.
Yes, Bernard. This person says, good morning, guys. What is the use of the chiefs and the MCs in these Galamsey areas if they can't put their foot down and stop these guys from destroying the areas? Bernard and Co, here's what I don't get about the Galamsey conversation. Should the concern not be about preventing alluvial mining instead of illegal mining? It is the mining in rivers that destroys the water bodies, not the legal status of the activity. So why is the focus always on the legality of the activities? Jojo from Lashibi sent that. Here's another. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
We must really understand this Galamsey problem. What is illegal mining? Is it just about not having a permit to mine? The reason everyone is complaining is not because of the permits, whether or not they have the permits. It's about the pollution of our environment. It's a problem of compliance and the regulatory authority concerned not doing its job to make sure miners mine in accordance with the regulations. Who is the regulator? Target them. Another person says, but Bernard, how exactly will a state of emergency stop determined criminals from staying ahead, mining in the night and running away when you are on your way to them? Here's another. Hi, Bernard. I grew up in the Takwa enclave and I am an occupational health physician, witnessing first-hand effects of the Galamsey menace on people's health. If the government is serious on fighting Galamsey, all customs heads at Tema and Takoradi ports must be fired. These changfangs are imported through our ports. I witnessed the Chinese offload full 40-footer containers weekly in my neighborhood. Galamsey must be fought at the port and arrest all changfang traders. It is sold in the open. Dr. TK sent that. Kwame Black in Adenta says, good morning, Bernard and team.
Morning.
When these guys are caught, we give them pure water in custody. How about we feed them the very water they are damaging? Hi, Citi Breakfast Show team. I don't understand this. We are seizing and regulating the use of excavators. Why is it okay to manufacture, display, and sell changfangs in the same country? Changfangs are fabricated and displayed along major roads with impunity. This must be regulated strictly, if not banned, with penalties to fabricators. Macmillan in Ofankor sent that.
So we are saying that proceeds from small-scale mining sector has exceeded that of the large-scale mining, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
And then we have increased our gold reserves.
Yes, please.
So it means that we are buying more gold from small-scale miners.
Legal and illegal.
Exactly.
And we can't differentiate. I think that's why a lot of people.
Exactly.
I remember when we did the Meet the Press, Kojo Youngson asked a question as to whether the president was sure that 52% of our gold production that comes from small scale miners, whether he was sure that the gold board could distinguish between gold procured from legal miners and legal miners. I think there's a lot of onus on the gold board to come up with a traceability scheme and a system to disqualify gold which they cannot trace where it's bought from. I think that's one of the things that needs to be addressed very, very seriously in this discussion.
Because the issue is that even if you go that way, what is likely to happen is they will smuggle the gold outside, you know.
Yeah.
So yes, we will call for traceability as they do with the diamond, blood diamonds and all of that.
Yeah.
But then again, I think the bigger issue is seeing a more robust presidential action to deal
stop. So I think there are three issues: stop the illegality, salvage the land and the water, and then institute a traceability system.
Yeah.
So you can't do one, because when you do one, the others don't work.
Right.
So it's almost like three legs of a tripod. You need to do all three. I'll take a short break. When I come back, I'm traveling across the continent with my friend Rasul Marak. He's been on this journey, and we'll speak to him briefly about what he saw in the next 6 or 7 countries he visited since we last spoke to him. Meanwhile, here's a wish from Omni Basic. Happy Global Customer Service Week. From all of us at Omni Basic Bank, to our valued customers, thank you for choosing us, and to our beautiful dedicated team, you make service excellence mission possible every day. Have a beautiful week. For more information, call Omni Basic on 030-708-6000. That's 030-708-6000. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Kickstart your day with the irresistible chocolatey goodness of Twisco, enriched with N-Effort, a combination of energy boosting minerals and vitamins including B, C, D, iron and more. At just 2 cedis, you can treat yourself and your little ones to rich, delightful chocolatey taste of Twisco and power that dream. Simply mix with water, add milk, stir and enjoy. We have the 20G sachet, the 400G sachet and the 400G to tin as well. Calling all future brides, grooms and hopeless romantics ready to say I do to the wedding and lifestyle fair that's happening on the 11th and 12th of October at the Accra Marriott Hotel. It's called Marry Me at Marriott. Think glitz, glam and sprinkle of fairy dust from our stunning ballrooms, serene garden spaces, dazzling decor, top tier vendors, exclusive wedding and events packages, bridal fashion and more. Enjoy curated wedding experiences to inspire you at the Marry Me at Marriott event. It's 11th and 12th October, Accra Marriott Hotel. Wonderful hospitality always. And you've been planning and waiting for the right time to make your move. Well, Stanbic Bank rates have come down, and this is the time. You can get a Stanbic personal loan, a vehicle loan, a consumer finance loan, a solar or home loan, or a credit card. Be unstoppable. Go to stanbicbank.com.gh and get started.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Are you ready to unlock the next big thing? It's a universe of endless possibilities. Get ready to be part of this universe.
Who is calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
Me, dear, affordable cooking oil is everything to me and my family. Sure, when I discovered that Frytol sachets come in different sizes, are affordable, and can be used to refill my original Frytol bottles, I switched fast from these Bubi Mami oils for the frying of my buffets and for cooking all my favorite meals.
Switch to Frytol sachets, your trusted and convenient cooking oil for all your Frytol bottle refills. You deserve a life of goodness. This advert is FDA approved.
You don't say Premier League no get size, the passion, the goals, hey, it a be rough. And DSTV is giving premium customers the chance to watch a Premier League game live All you need to do is to keep your DSTV premium subscription active from now till 15th December. Dial *759# and stand the chance to watch your favorite star play before your very eyes. This promo is brought to you by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. T&C Supply. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Ebusuafo ehiem enuanum edwendwen sene wo beye maami yi.
Mensa kan 15,000 Ghana cedis every ayofo. Busumi bia metua 15 cedis pe. Mede ni nyina eboa ya maami yi no.
Mensuma je 10,000 Ghana cedis every ayofo nchen. Medie 10 cedis na metua free me momo busumi bia.
Menko ade misika na amao. Ayofo ne se amfa.
Na se yi nyina na register ayo family cover no. Na wo kai last a wo de sika to wo momo so.
Ish. Asa cheka crowd.
Chese wuntua wo ayo ntoboa no. Se wentua wo ayo family cover sika no busumi bia. Policy no enye adwuma. Enti hwese wo ni wadofo bambo no beye adwuma. Hwese sika be wo momo no so abri bia. Na wetumi etua busumi bia entem so. Pe ayo package a ebeboa wo. Ninya bambo pa. Kai se nhwehwe kakra da ho. We ye nhwehwe free Salam Alliance Life Insurance Ghana Limited.
Ayo, because you care.
Be there for you and your family. Abochuki babide, unya sankofa. Pepper soup where you know, pepper sankofa. Sankofa pepper powder, a sheshe raw. Sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder.
FD, Aji Ejadi Nkato Yatum.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Minutes past 9 on the City Breakfast Show. Let's talk about Enterprise Advantage points this morning.
Yes, if you're a customer of Enterprise, great. If not, you're missing out. Please join Enterprise Advantage Points, a loyalty program that rewards you for staying covered the smart way. With Enterprise Advantage Points, customers can rack up points, score awesome rewards just by making purchases, renewing policies, and more, all through our self-service portal or the Enterprise Advantage app. Just log into your account, access Advantage Points, and start earning points for rewards like airtime, Momo, and more. Visit my.enterprisegroup.net.gh. Download the Enterprise Advantage app to get started. Join the Enterprise family now. Purchase a policy today to enjoy this exclusive offer, Enterprise Advantage points, because nothing you do should be pointless. Enterprise, your advantage. Now, happy Global Customer Service Week from all of us at Omni Basic Bank. To our valued customers, thank you for choosing us, and to our beautiful, dedicated team, you make service excellence mission possible every day. Have a beautiful week. For more information, please call us on 030-708-6000. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
All right, let me now turn my attention to Ras Mubarak and his team. We do the Heritage Caravan every year. This takes us 14 to 16 regions in Ghana. He's trying something called the Trans-African Tourism and Unity Campaign, which is supposed to take him to the whole of the African continent. This is 39 countries. They move in a vehicle. It's a convoy of about 11 people, spend an average of 3 nights in each country. And the first time we spoke, he left Accra through Lome, in Togo to Cotonou, in Benin to Lagos, Nigeria, Abuja, Calabar. He ended Cameroon, went to Douala, Yaoundé, Equatorial Guinea, Mongomo, Bata. Then there was Gabon, Libreville. Then there's Congo, Brazzaville, and then there's Congo Democratic Republic. That was the last time we spoke, I think 3 weeks ago. He's back on the line to tell us where else he's been to since we spoke a few weeks ago. Ras Mubarak, thank you so much for joining us again on the City Breakfast. So I think the last time we spoke, you were in Congo DR, getting ready to go to Angola. Am I correct?
Absolutely, Bernard. Good morning, and good morning to listeners and viewers online. Indeed, we were in Congo DR, one of the richest countries in Africa. And I was telling you the last time that, if all our countries in Africa were not to produce anything, DRC alone, have the capacity, if they got their act together, to take care of every other African country for the next 10 years. Because they're in a $4 trillion on tapped wealth, and it was exciting getting into DRC. But of course, they've got challenges, insecurity, the place is not clean, and a few other challenges. About since left DRC, went to Angola, another rich country, and I was shocked to know the price of fuel in Angola. It actually holds the position of, the country with the the second country with the least expensive fuel. I think currently a liter of petrol in Angola is 0.33 USD. But it's also a very vast country. Moving from one part of the country to the other will take you days. Don't forget, this is a country that is 5 times larger than the size of Ghana. Even though they have slightly they have slightly higher population than Ghana. They have 39 million people, but their population, the land size is about 5 times the size of Ghana.
Are you sure? Angola is 5 times the size of Ghana?
Angola is 5 times the size of Ghana, yes indeed.
Wow.
With a population of 39.3 million.
Now, Angola is known as one of the most expensive countries on the continent. So I'm surprised you're saying that fuel price is one of the cheapest. How does that work? How is Angola expensive and yet fuel is so cheap?
Interestingly, it doesn't correlate. Unlike in Ghana, for instance, where prices of commodity and everything is tied to how expensive fuel is. Because they've got fuel in massive amounts, they literally get it for free. And you remember recently, even when fuel prices were increased by less than 50 cents in Angola. So the government literally, subsidizes fuel for them. And it's one of those places where, irrespective of where you pick a vehicle or how far the vehicle is going, for instance, if you were to pick a taxi from, Dakar to say Osu, if they were going to charge you 50 cedis, if you're picking from Kas to Circle, it's still going to be 50 cedis. So that is Angola. But the rent is so high, I believe largely because of the expat population, because of the mineral wealth in Angola. I mean, it's the fifth largest producer of diamond in the world, massive amount of oil reserves as well. So there's a lot of interest going on in Angola.
Wow.
It's a country that has gone through a lot of challenges as well. You know,
so how long did you spend in Angola before you left, and where did you go after that?
Because of the size of Angola, we did a week in Angola, you know, because it took us a while to move from the north. We entered Angola through Cabinda. Cabinda is in the northernmost part of Angola, and then we had to put our vehicles on a ferry to Soyo, and then drive from Soyo to Luanda, which is the beautiful capital. And from Angola, we went to Namibia, another interesting, SADC country. Again, a small country, Namibia, with a lot of wildlife, a lot of beef, and this is one of those countries. Doing the rest of Africa, a lot of fish by producing beef for us instead of us bringing beef from elsewhere. We've got a population of 3.4 million, but their land size clearly again larger than Ghana. It's 3.41 times the size of Ghana. So it's longer moving from one part of the country, to the other. And one of the things that stood out is the right-hand drive. We drive from the left and to the border. You are faced with, having to drive from the right. And if you were to do an overtaking, you always have to make sure that somebody's taking from the passenger side, was coming. And actually, the concept of, in the 80s and I think some parts of the 90s, we had these, right-hand drive vehicles in Ghana. And we used to call them Homame. That concept of home actually was planned when we drove in Southern Africa, where almost all the vehicles are on the right.
So in Namibia, you had to drive on the left because of the I think the colonial legacy. I want to try and connect with you on a different line because this line is a bit shaky. So if you can be on standby for me, I prefer to call you on a different system. We're speaking to Fras Mubarak, who's part of this very interesting trip across the African continent. He had done about 7 countries the last time we spoke to him: Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Cameroon, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea. He had also done Congo, Brazzaville, and DRC. In this second leg of the trip, he did Angola, Namibia, South Africa, Botswana, Swaziland, Lesotho, and he was entering another country before we called him. We're having a bit of a challenge with that line. And by the way, you've been to Namibia before.
Yes,
It says Namibia is 3.5 times the size of Ghana, correct?
It's 5 actually.
Is that big?
Yeah, Namibia is way bigger and they have fewer people.
What's their population?
It's a very small country.
3 million.
They have a very small population.
The population of Accra is more than the population of the entire country.
But the desert, because Windhoek itself is small.
Windhoek is small, yes.
But it's the rest of the country.
So it's very similar to Botswana. Large land size, small population.
So I think they have more cattle or goats than they have human beings. Yeah.
But are the people economically well off?
It's a very
inequality is the third most unequal country in the world. So the German influence is very strong. So the very well built part of Namibia, the affluent part, is either Namibians who are very close to the Germans or Germans.
Are you serious?
I read
and
somewhere
the indigenous Africans don't have anything.
No. I read somewhere that one German family has a farm the size of Bonn.
The whole size?
Yes, the size of Bonn is a farm a German family runs in Namibia.
So the people who took independence in 75, some Newman,
their
what's
influence have been, German influence is still very strong in Namibia.
Let me go back to Ras. So Ras, I prefer this line. My colleagues in studio have been to Namibia. They say it's a vast country but very unequal in terms of economics. Did you see that in your few days you spent there? No.
Of the land, and so you see swathes of land being fenced off, and these are exclusive, preserve of white landowners. And so Southern Africa has a history of a checkered history of uneven distribution of the resources, especially land, which is something that the likes of Robert Mugabe, Sam Nujoma were fighting for, so that at least if the land weren't going to be given to the locals, then there has to be a compensation. You would drive for several kilometers and, you would see all of these massive amount of land, say from, City FM to maybe Kaswa, owned by one person or one family, and it's just white folks. So yes, indeed, that is the case in Namibia. It's also the case in Botswana, and it's a case in parts of South Africa. And it's one of the tragedies of colonization and the occupation of Africa.
So there's clear inequality in resource distribution and also in where people live, right? So if you're saying large swathes of land are owned by the white people, that suggests that the blacks are in smaller communities with less facilities, correct?
The blacks are in smaller communities with, fewer. In terms of facilities, interestingly, the SADC region is very developed. So even if it's a hamlet or a hut or a village, you'd see access, telephone lines, good roads, etc. But you also see that there are very limited opportunities. So the people are literally peasants. Either they are herding cattle, or working for these white landowners. And it was quite a tragic scene, seeing all of these inequality.
So from Namibia, where did you go then?
From Namibia, we went to a beautiful Botswana. So we spent Botswana's Independence Day with them. We were received, by the senior-most, minister in the cabinet in Botswana. Another beautiful country, disciplined by all accounts, small. There's an interesting, expatriate population, especially from Ghana. A lot of our kith and kin in Botswana, as teachers and lecturers. And helping, develop Botswana. And if you look at their land size, for instance, it's 2.4 times larger than Ghana, but their population is quite sparse. It's about 2.4 million. But it's a beautiful place, and I would encourage all Africans, to make it a point to at least visit African countries instead of
a lot of people use Botswana as an example of an African country whose democracy works. So usually when people point out the history of countries that have done well, and they say a lot of the countries that develop in a generation have authoritarian governments, so whether they are using China or South Korea or Singapore, some people who argue otherwise say Botswana shows that democracy does and can work in Africa. What was your experience of Botswana's democracy in your time there? And is it the type of model? Is Botswana the kind of democracy we think about when we talk about an effective democracy?
Well, they've got elections every 5 years, Bernard. But don't forget also that one political party has been in power since independence until just the last elections. And Duma Boko's party won the elections largely because the ruling party was pretty much divided. There was a lot of infighting in the ruling party. That's how come Duma Boko's party, came into power. Young lawyer who's doing very well. He's in tune, with the times. But of course, with stability comes improvement and development. And so you could credit them for, the strides that they've made in stabilizing their country, in keeping it peaceful. Unlike several other countries that have experienced coup d'etats and have retrogressed. Botswana kept it together, and the ruling party, this could also be attributed to the fact that the people felt this is the party that liberated us from, colonization in 1966. And so let's latch or hold on to it. So it could be a raft of, reasons. And somebody could argue that because parties haven't been changed frequently, and don't forget, this is the first time that a completely different party outside of the party that won them the independence, came into government. So it's arguable, debatable. But the good thing, which we have to credit them with that, is the fact that in spite of their challenges, they've held it together, and they haven't allowed adventurers, to intervene and draw them backward.
So from Botswana, where did you go then?
So from Botswana, we went to South Africa, one of the giants of of Africa. But again, you see massive infrastructure. The thing with the SADC region is that, I mean, in terms of travel through the land borders, it's very seamless. I mean, the maximum amount of time we've spent at any land border in the SADC region is 45 minutes. And that's largely because we needed to clear our vehicles, etc. And they needed to also, print visa stickers for us in our passports. Otherwise, it's very seamless. Maximum, 10, 15 minutes, you're done and dusted and on your way out. And this is something that Central Africa particularly and West Africa could learn from. Again, you don't see the kinds of corruption you see in West Africa and parts of Central Africa. The kinds of corruption that frustrates a visitor who is traversing or traveling through Africa. You don't have border officers asking you for gifts, etc. So I think we can take a leaf from the SADC region. But South Africa also has, massive inequality. The SADC regions, unfortunately, have high crime rates. So if you look at small Lesotho, crime is high. If you look at South Africa, knife crime and gun violence is high, etc. And one could attribute it to the inequality. One could attribute it to one of the trolls, the painful chapter of, an apartheid system. One could also attribute it to the fact that, look, people are simply being lazy and having a sense of entitlement. Because really and truly, South Africans shouldn't be going through the kinds of naked... and we see shanty towns, like when you drive outside of Pretoria and, some other parts, you see shanty towns and you're wondering, wow, is this country with massive amounts of gold, etc.? The roads are beautiful, the infrastructure is there, etc. But for the joblessness and lack of
so it seems as if you are showing us a very important thing. Western and Central Africa, we own our own lands, we run our own governments, yet there's a lot of corruption at our borders. Infrastructure is very poor. Southern Africa, the colonialists still own the land. They probably still run the system. The legacy system of the colonialists is still there. So infrastructure is better, but there's less corruption. So which begs the question, is the African really able to run his own affairs? And of course, you've pointed out to the inequality in the South. So where the colonialists still have a strong footprint economically, infrastructure is still better, corruption is less, but the people are poor. But their poverty is more an inequality kind. In the places where we control everything, our infrastructure is bad, corruption is high, but people say they are free. So it's almost like we can't have it both ways. We have to make a choice between the chaos in West and Central Africa or the organization in Southern Africa, yet with oppression. So I'm not really sure whether we went or we came.
Well, if you look at, Benin, and I don't know whether you've been to Benin recently. I cited Benin the last time we spoke as a shining example of a country that is getting its act together. So the bottom line is leadership. If you have leaders who know that their job is well cut out for them and they're able to deliver on their pre-election promises, it's all well and good. But the tragedy also is that you have instances where one party comes and they reverse every game. I mean, you see housing projects being abandoned because it was done by one party and nobody wants to give credit. So that is really, one of the challenges we face in Western Africa. And if we could all rally behind one national agenda, whether it be it Ghana or Nigeria or Sierra Leone or whatever, and decide that, look, the country must at all times come first, and that no political party or individual should be bigger than the states. If we get this right, like if we wrap it around our heads, then we can make a lot of strides. Because these Southern African countries, I can tell you that the citizens are very, very patriotic. So you have places like Botswana where they would scoff or frown on anybody littering. But in Ghana, it's like, it's a normal thing. Somebody litters and the person who would even tell him that you're littering also gets insulted. So, I mean, the state would have to fashion out a strategy that rallies everybody around the flag, where we are putting our nation's best interest above any other thing, be it tribe, religion, culture, or political party.
Let's end on a Southern African note. There are two countries within one country that I've never understood. There's Lesotho and Botswana, but they are surrounded by South Africa. How does that work? Did you visit any of those two smaller countries?
So, we are currently in Lesotho, which is a constitutional monarchy. We had the pleasure of meeting His Majesty the King and Head of State yesterday, and hopefully today we're meeting the Prime Minister. Lesotho is completely enveloped by, South Africa, and one wonders how this carving out was done, because one of the tragedies of these artificial lines, Bernard, is that you take South Africa, there are people in Lesotho who go to school in South Africa. But guess what? Every day they have to get visa stamps in their passports. When these kids cross, their passports have to be stamped. When they are coming back, their passports have to be stamped. That is one of the tragedies, of the colonial system. And that is one of the things that we're hoping that we could change with our, visa-free policy for all African countries. But it's a quiet place. They call it the kingdom in the sky, because Lesotho is high in elevation. It's the only country that is more than 1,000 meters above sea level. The only country. It snows here as well, so you can imagine, the temperature here. But it's very quiet and beautiful, place. These things, I'm sure, I don't really think that the white folks, gave it much thought when they were drawing lines between our beautiful continent. They just said, you take this. It's like when we're kids and, food is brought before you to eat with your siblings. Somebody cuts a piece, you also cut a piece. They just carved out Africa haphazardly, with zero regards to its effect on culture and livelihood of people. And you find people in Lesotho who speak the language. In South Africa, same people, but divided by artificial lines. And these, Bernard, have to be dismantled. The AU is thinking about doing this by the year 2063. I think, the AU is out of touch, at a time when our youth are looking for opportunities. And we can do this in 5 years. Kenya has made an announcement that, all African nationals can come in without visa restrictions. Ghana wants to do it in the next 12 months. Rwanda is already doing it. So we don't have to. And I'm sure Kenya might have followed suit because Rwanda was raking in on the benefits of intra-Africa tourism. And so we've got our job well cut out for us. It's a continent that is overly blessed, but yet that lacks a lot of...
Did you do Swaziland as well?
We're heading to Swaziland tomorrow.
So you are going to meet King Mswati?
King Mswati, unfortunately, is out of the country, but we'll be meeting the Deputy Prime Minister because the President is also, the Prime Minister is also out of town.
Wow, you are being treated like royalty. This is amazing. From Swaziland, where are you headed? What's the next phase of the journey looking like?
From Swaziland, we head to Maputo, that is Mozambique, another beautiful, country, and then to Robert Mugabe, Zimbabwe, then Malawi, then we end the SADC region, then we go to Tanzania, then Uganda, Burundi, Rwanda, Kenya, Ethiopia, before we come to Central Africa, do the Central African Republic, Chad, Nigeria, then Algeria, Morocco, and then Mauritania on your left of the African map. Then we descend to Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Bissau, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, and then finally back home in Accra.
I wish you Godspeed. Thank you, Ras Mubarak. This is an amazing...
Thank you very much, Bernard, as always. Thank you.
Fascinating journey across the continent to promote a borderless continent. Ras Mubarak joining us on the second leg of his trip. It continues all through till he comes back through to Ghana. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll speak to friends from Cosmos Innovation Center. And then I'll come back to the water issue to discuss the issues around cleaning our polluted water. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Wake up, have a great day, yeah, with nourishing cowbell premium milk and cowbell Vita Rich, nourishment for you. There's a cowbell milk for you, for
Introducing the new Cowbell Premium Milk, high in protein, and the new Cowbell Vita-Rich, enriched with vitamin B9, both so creamy. Now there's a Cowbell for you.
Cowbell of creamy goodness.
This advert is FDA approved.
First impressions matter. Make yours unforgettable with the irresistible scent of Princess Body Mist and Roll-On. Designed for every lady who wants to leave a lasting impression wherever she goes. And for our gentlemen, there is Style Up Perfume and Roll-On. Elevate your presence with a confident, masculine fragrance that keeps you dry and fresh all day. Because your fragrance should speak before you do, use Princess Body Mist and Roll-On and Style Up Perfume and Roll-On. Your daily essentials for smelling good from dawn till dusk. Princess and Style Up. Smell good and feel great together. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
And where do you think you're going?
To train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere. Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved.
The luckiest everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Who is calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
9:41 City Breakfast Show, Cosmos Innovation Center and its partnership with the Cosmos Energy Company and Agra are hosting the third edition of the Agric Innovation for Africa Conference. It's on the 9th and 10th of October, City Conference Center. I have friends from the center to introduce themselves and tell me why this is such an important conference. Gentlemen and lady, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, since you're already here, you have to speak for yourself. So what's your name? What do you do at Cosmos?
Great, thank you very much. My name is Esther Chiwachimesi. I'm the communication officer at KIC.
All right, and then you are?
And I'm Benjamin Jan Kesi. I'm the executive director for Cosmos Innovation Center.
And we are here to talk about the African Agriculture Innovation or Agric Innovation in Africa Conference. What is this? What's the theme? What is it? Why is it a big deal?
Well, so since the inception of Cosmos Innovation Center, we have always looked at to really create a safe space for young people to have dialogue, young people to, create solutions for economic challenges that we may have and create businesses out of these solutions and also allow themselves to get jobs and also create jobs for others. Okay. And that is what we've been focusing on, creating those platforms. And so besides all our entrepreneurial and technology training programs, right from the junior high schools through university to SME support to farmer-based programs that we run, we also create this platform for us to have a conversation, a dialogue, to discuss what are some of the pertinent issues that we really need to find solutions to, and also create solutions, the opportunities as we find the solutions, so that we can also create jobs and also nourish our people. Because right on, we always talk about the data that says 2050 Africa will have a fourth of for every 4 youth in globally, 1 will be African. Wow. We need to find a way to nourish these young people. We need to find a way to create jobs for these young people. Agriculture in itself creates that huge opportunity for us to do that on the continent, and therefore it is important that we have these dialogues and see the opportunities and start honing in on these opportunities to create this platform for young people.
You have an interesting theme, African youth leveraging innovation for sustainable food systems. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Well, so over the past 9 to 10 years in the existence of Cosmos Innovation Center, we have said that we're creating young people to leverage on innovations to bring all solutions in the agricultural value chain. Of course, this is a 10-key design which can be used into other industries. And I can say that KIC is already seeing that, because we've had companies that have leveraged on these innovations and gone into the nexus between agriculture and health, nexus between agriculture and industry, and all of that. So we are also saying that these innovations and these ideas, these young people that we're grooming from our universities, various places that they go to school and also come out, how do we help them to understand that they can leverage on such knowledge that they have gathered over the period and look at how they bring that innovations into food, right? And then create that opportunity for all of us, because they are, the African food system is also under threat. Climate change is a big deal now. We need to pay attention to it. And for most people, this year actually in Ghana, if you look at the rainfall pattern, everybody is saying this is different. How is this going to impact on your crop yields? How is this going to impact on certain types of crops, certain varieties? So all of these things are conversations that we need to really start thinking about, and how do we innovate around that, and also make sure that we are sustaining the food system so that nourishment will continue and we'll have healthy young people population.
So there's a whole discussion of food security, but I just wanted, if it's possible, to share a few examples of how some youth-led innovations are addressing food security, whether it's in processing, irrigation, or access to markets. Just give me one or two examples of the Cosmos Innovation Center model and what it does.
Yes, so we have the likes of Complete Farmer, and these are businesses that were incubated by KIC.
Okay.
And if you look at their model and then what they do, it shows the kind of stuff they picked from KIC. We have the Grow for Meals as well. We have the likes of Green Heart, and these are companies that are also addressing issues about climate change. You know, there are lots of conversations going around on this area, and these are businesses that were incubated in KIC. We brought them up ourselves. We trained them. We mentored them. We showed them what they could actually do in the whole ecosystem, and they've actually proven that point. And these are all businesses that will be coming on the day, as well as other businesses that we have incubated. These are just a few to mention. We have also Del Soy, and these are people who are turning various raw materials into processing them into very great products, and these products are selling out there. If you know Del Soy, what Del Soy is actually doing is one product that I tell you in some few years is actually going to take over. And the raw materials, not just using it, but the waste also, they don't just throw it away. We don't even call it waste anymore. Now they also turn the waste into something that is profitable. So it's more or less like zero waste, even though they are doing something right from the farm. So it's an initiative that you realize that if you look at the KIC model, how we've trained our entrepreneurs, they've also come up with great models, which is also what creating a lot of jobs for other youth out there. It has made this conference very necessary, because if you are looking to start as a youth, you have to be at this conference. If you want to meet your likes or the people who have actually set the pace, who have done it before, this is where you have to be. People go for conferences and then come back with the problem. The reason is because it's the normal talk. But with the Agricultural Innovation for Africa conference, or the AIA conference, what we are saying is we are bringing the stakeholders, the people who say they have the solution. We are saying that we know how to do it. So we are bringing the government to you.
Are you going to show examples of what some young people have done? Is there going to be an exhibition?
There's going to be an exhibition of all, apart from all KIC businesses who are coming, there are also external people who know the model that KIC is using and how it's working for our entrepreneurs, and they want to also have a piece of it. They are also coming there, and they know this particular gathering is bringing all the stakeholders and the whole of Ghana. So if you come there, apart from exhibiting your products to people, you are creating some sort of network. You are meeting other people who will be interested or to invest in your product as well.
How does an organization or a young person know that this conference can benefit them, or whether they should even be there? Should they be in a specific value chain? Should they be within just an agri sector? What kind of individual can register for this, and do they need to pay anything to be at this event?
So that's the amazing thing. Maybe my boss will want to come in.
Well, and anybody can be there.
Okay.
You don't need to pay a dime.
Okay.
All you have to do is show interest. And what we say at KIC is to have fire in the belly.
Fire in the belly.
Have the fire in the belly. Be curious. Want to be innovative, and say, I want to build a network that allows me to grow any idea that I have within the agricultural value chain. And like I mentioned earlier, that we have the nexus of agriculture, the extension of agriculture. So maybe you might even be in logistics. How does your logistics business tap into the agricultural value chain? How does it help? Because when you talk about the food systems, it's not just about production of the food.
Exactly.
Transportation, logistics, everything is also really important. And therefore, when we talk about agricultural agribusiness, mostly people look at just the production side, but not the whole value chain. The entire value chain is what we're discussing when we talk about the food system. How the food moves from pre-production all the way to the table, and in there are so many actors. And so if you're thinking of any other business, think agriculture, and think of even about your knowledge, how you can plug it into the agricultural value chain and also make yourself
Bernard, you know, Ocean Mall advertises on the show.
Yes.
Ocean Mall is a product of the Cosmos Innovation.
So I'll be happy to see a list of the companies which have gone through the KIC and what they're doing now. But let's talk about the event itself. It's happening on the 9th and 10th of October, Citi Conference Center. What other details can you share, and how do people register to be at this event?
Great. So if you go on all our social media handles and even on our website, the event link is there. And there's also the agribusiness clinic also happening at the place. People have issues when it comes to their whole agribusiness center. They have perhaps they want some kind of mentorship, they want some kind of solution to something. We spoke about how important it's a whole chain marketing in terms of branding, how you're able to put out your product out there, even the appeal for people for it to attract people. So the agribusiness clinic is going to address that. Any issue that you have, you'll be able to have one-on-one session with them to be able to handle that. We also have the deal room. I mentioned something earlier on that most people attend conferences and still come back with their problems. We are saying that the major problem in the agribusiness sector is about finance. So in this deal room, we are giving young people the opportunity to come and pitch their businesses. And last year, if you follow AIA conference, that is where we award a lot of startups with funding opportunities. We give them real cash and then real support, technical support, mentorship to be able to grow their business. At KIC, we don't just raise you, we follow you through the process and make sure that whatever model you are coming up is very sustainable. So that is also aside, and then we have the master class also happening. We are touching on very pertinent issues on food security, on climate issues. We are saying that we are bringing the experts there. If you are a young person and then you have been looking forward to meet somebody from FDA, it's become very difficult. You are looking forward to meet somebody from CSIR, it's become very difficult. GEA, the place to be is the AIA conference at the Citi Conference Center, because we are bringing all of them to have this master class for you to even understand what goes into it if you want to have your business even registered at FDA. So these master classes, the deal room, the exhibition, and then other side events are all going to happen on the day.
So you heard it first here on the City Breakfast Show, the Cosmos Innovation Center in partnership with Cosmos Energy and Agra, hosting the 3rd edition of the Agric Innovation for Africa Conference. Today is the 7th. So it's on Thursday and Friday. City Conference Center, University of Ghana, is a whole day's event. Come and network, come and learn, and come and apply what you learn. Thanks, Ben Jan Kessi and Esther Chumesi. Final thoughts?
Well, so before my final thought, just let me correct something quickly. So Oshimo is the CEO is Caroline Pomaye, former Pomaye. Caroline was part of KIC
at Lojano.
And
then she moved to a new.
And then she created another business called Oshimo.
So you brought her here for an interview. Caroline
we were here.
She exhibits on our program. So this is a different business.
This is a different
but
business.
The human being that runs it
was the one that
I think that's a very important correction to make.
I just want to make sure that we correct that.
Ben, great to have you.
Right. Yeah, always happy to be here, and thank you for the support as always. And we want to encourage young people to take advantage of this conference and network and grow businesses.
And it's Ben's birthday today.
Oh, Ben, today's your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Ben. You share a birthday with great people.
No, right?
Including Dr. Baumia. So you're a big man.
They will give him the steer.
You must steer. We have 2 quick announcements to make, and then I can squeeze in a final interview.
Okay.
That interview will be on the water situation. Caleb, tell me about Diamond.
Yes, when you buy anything, it's got to be the very best. Diamond 42.5 hour grade cement is the highest quality cement on the Ghanaian market. We've been doing this since the year 2000. We have the 32.5 hour grade cement, also affordable for your pocket. Locate us. We are nationwide. Our factories are in Aflao, Takoradi, and Buepe. Our numbers are 0244 313-368. Diamond cement is still as hard as a diamond, and the winning season is here. On the luckiest is back, bigger and better. We'll show you how. First, grab your phone, dial *712#. Choose option 1 to buy a ticket for yourself, option 2 to buy for someone else. If you want the system to generate a lucky ticket for you, then you go with option 1 again. If you prefer to choose your own ticket, do option 2, confirm with Momo, and you're good. Visit theluckiestafrica.com if you prefer to do that online. Pay with Momo if you're in Ghana. Do so with your card if you're abroad. It's your golden chance. Hop on and let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Professor Chris Gordon is an environmental scientist we've spoken to on many occasions in trying to help understand what's happening with our environment. This week, after the President met Civil Society organizations, some sort of debate ensued when the Environmental Protection Agency CEO suggested that we will need some amount of money to pilot a nano liquid solution to cleanse poisoned rivers. There's a whole debate about whether the word dechemicalization even exists. What I just want to find out from Prof is, we've all spoken about Galamsey and what to do. We definitely have to stop Galamsey, but there's also a discussion about what do you do to salvage the water bodies so polluted. Do you just give them 10 years to recover, or do you need to use some sort of chemical solution to get the waters back? So Prof, thanks for joining us. Is this even a useful debate to be having a conversation about whether we can use chemicals to cleanse water so polluted by Galamsey? Is this a good debate? Maybe let me start from there. Is this a good debate to be having?
Well, you debate on matters which are debatable, and this is not a debatable topic. You have to use the science. You have to use the science to justify whatever actions we as a nation are going to take. All things need to be tested, field trialed, and you take the best as appropriate. So this is not another talk shop that we should be doing. We should be actually working on the way forward in getting a real solution. I am not a fan of adding more chemicals to the mess we have, because yes, we may get a situation where, chemically speaking, we have decontaminated, and I prefer decontaminate rather than dechemicalize, and remove the heavy metals and some of the other pollutants from the water. But it's not just getting water that is fit to drink, and even that itself, the methodology we need is debatable. In that, what should Ghana Water Company treat water using more chemicals and more what they call biologicals and things to get water of suitable standard? And who should pay for it? I think that we, the public, those people who are using the water, need to do that payment, because if our water bills go up by 600% as a result of the pollution caused by the Galamsey people, then I think we'll sit up. But fundamentally, I think the approach we should be using is stopping it at source. You know, it's like in the health sector, if you do preventive care, it's much, much cheaper, much more effective than doing emergency care or intensive care. So let's try and stop the source of the Galamsey. That is what drives people to do Galamsey. And it's poverty and greed.
All right, now, based on what you know about some of the water bodies and their various levels of pollution, let's assume all Galamsey ended 31st December 2025. How long do you think it will take without any chemical intervention for us to get good water? So my question is twofold. Is there a length of time it will take if the water is just left unpolluted? Is it possible that the water will regain its own natural state, or would have to still use some chemicals to bring it back to drinkable levels?
Well, remember, for drinking water, we already use chemicals. Normally, they use ferrous ammonium sulfate, and even the people in the communities affected by polluted Galamsey water, they add ferrous ammonium sulfate, alum, to the water to get the sediment out. Now, remember, ferrous means iron, and the quantities of alum they're adding to some of these waters are themselves not something which we should write home about. And they use this to cook food and sell. Now, the other part of your question, how long does it take for a river to recover? We have what we know as is known as a self-purification of water. That if you do leave water alone for some time without disturbance, it will gradually heal itself. Unfortunately, because of the environmental degradation around the rivers and the water bodies, we are going to have a contamination from those degraded areas entering the water for a long time unless we fix it. And for me, I would always go by what they call nature-based solutions. We use a nature-based solution to solve the problem rather than adding more chemicals, which we don't produce, which means we're going to have to buy and import. And I'm not against non-green solutions, but we need to make sure that the non-green solution is not going to cause more problems for us in the future. Now, we just talked about drinking water and drinking water quality. But our rivers are more than just places where we draw water to drink. We have a whole ecosystem, freshwater ecosystem, tied to the rivers and tied to the lakes and so forth, which have ecosystem benefits to us. So we have the fauna that we actually eat, the crabs, the fish, and so forth. But we also have things like dragonflies. A single dragonfly can eat up to 1,000 mosquitoes a day. That is pest control. So when you add, you remarked earlier on the program, what is the cost of galamsey? We don't know what the true cost of galamsey is on Ghana in terms of what we have to spend in terms of additional health care, the fact that we've lost a generation of school children who don't attend school. We have lost cocoa farms. We've lost maize production. We've lost so many things as a result of this that when you total it and balance it against the amount of gold that has been recovered, the balance is not in favor of gold. Yeah.
We'll leave it here for now. Thanks, Professor Chris Gordon. Always good talking to you. Prof is an environmental scientist bringing more insight into the discussion around how to salvage our water bodies. My name is Bernard Afle. Thanks for listening. Citi News at 10 is here with Ejubi Rafiakintin. Take it up.
Coming up, Chairman.